Josh and Swain, thank you for being with us today. We are very excited to be with you for the next 3 hours on a beautiful day here in East Tennessee. We have a lot to cover over the next 3 hours. We're getting closer to super regional action. We'll have some football to talk about on today's show. We will talk to you. We invite you to join us by calling or texting in at 865-656-9900. We'd love to hear from you between now and 3 o'clock today on both 99.1 The Sports Animal and AM 640 The Sports Monster. VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain is here. The Orange Dog hanging out in the studio.
Orange Dog is always here.
Swain, how are we today?
I should be asking you that.
Well, it's good to be here.
Well, you are here. You are here. So every time I decided to think to myself, man, my toe, I got this blister. Man, I'm really sore. I would think about Josh Ward. And I can't say anything because what you did yesterday. Can't complain, can't mention anything because you walking 40 miles. I'm just glad to see you today.
Yeah, well, glad to be seen. 40 miles, that was something. I'll tell you that much. Yesterday was quite a day. Yesterday was a great day.
Reached the goal.
Reached the goal.
15,000. Are we extending the goal? Are we shooting for 20?
So I don't know. I need to check out and ask, do they want to extend it or how we would do? But that was a really cool part of the process. We started out with a goal of 5,000, which I said on here, my goal is to go way past that and to bump up the goal, which I was confident we would be able to do. So then we bumped it up to $10,000.
Sure did.
And then we went past $10,000 for Second Harvest Food Bank. And last night, thanks to everybody's generous support, we've now reached 15,000 plus. We're at $15,702 for Second Harvest. And if you multiply that out, a dollar provides 3 meals with the buying power, everything that they're able to do at Second Harvest. So you're now at 45,000 plus meals provided to people in East Tennessee. That is awesome.
That is awesome, man. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Everyone involved, doing great things for a great cause to help other people. That's really what life is all about and what life should be about. Of course, you should take care of yourself, take care of your family, but trying to service others and trying to help others that are in need, that's what it should be all about.
Yep.
And sometimes we lose sight of it when you get caught up in things that you think matter today. But it really doesn't matter. And we've had people that we know that have had some health scares, and they come back on the other side healthy, and they have that perspective of what's really, really important. And it's friends, it's family, it's doing things for others. It's not material things, although material things are fun to have. And you should get them, and you deserve it because of how hard you work. But keep things in perspective, and I think yesterday did that for a lot of us.
Yeah, I hope so. We have a lot of fun on the show. We'll joke. We'll have arguments from time to time on sports opinions. We've been going through a 2, 3, 4 week debate about Nike or Adidas, and those are all fine things to have opinions on, but at the end of the day, what are we really arguing about? We're just talking sports and having a good time and trying to get through our day. And one of the coolest things that I think we get to experience is when someone says, "Hey, I'm in my car a lot of the time during the day." So it's not about the opinions we share; it's about the time spending time with us, and that helps, and that means a whole lot. And another thing is when we get the opportunity to help someone, then why would we not? So we had that opportunity yesterday, and it was great. Appreciate everybody that came out to Cherokee Farm. Appreciate everyone who has donated. And we have been asked, so does the food drive end or when does it stop? They'll keep it open. So we'll see if they raise the goal or not. But we hit the goal of $15,000, which was awesome. So awesome. So if you would like to contribute to the food drive for Second Harvest Food Bank of East Tennessee, which will help benefit their Food for Kids program, you can do so at josh40.com, josh40.com. That is a domain that goes directly to the food drive page on Second Harvest website, and you can choose specific food items like fresh apples, canned chicken, fresh potatoes, rice, peanut butter, fresh whole carrots as examples. You can make a general donation, whatever you would like to do, but know that the money you give to Second Harvest will go directly to helping people in East Tennessee. They serve 18 counties in East Tennessee, and this food drive will help their Food for Kids program and summer Food for Kids program, which is ongoing right now. Kids they're home from school, and they still got to get food. So Second Harvest, they work 12 months out of the year, and that includes the summertime when kids are home, to make sure that they're getting food. So josh40.com. Thanks again to everybody that helped. Did want to go through kind of a thank you list of people who helped from outside to make the event happen. A.G. Hines Company sponsored and helped set up from 9 to 3 to be out at the UT Research Park and the Cherokee Farm Greenway, which is a cool spot. I heard from people yesterday saying, I didn't even know about this Greenway space.
Yeah, I didn't.
And it's right past campus. Beautiful spot. It's near, you go on the Greenway, you go beside where the UT practice golf course is, which is really cool. So Ricky and everybody at UT Research Park that helped us be there, that meant a lot. Again, A.G. Hines Company, they sponsored the event. He posted it today. I had kind of forgotten exactly when we started. So Andy Baxa, Studio PT, he kind of helped. I told him he brought my legs back to life. So May 2nd is when I first texted him and talked to him about, hey, could I do 40 miles? And he was like, well, what have you done recently? And I think I said a couple weeks ago I did 3. I was a little sore. He's like, okay, well, let's see what we got here. So from May 2nd to June 4th, he was able to help me run 40 miles. So that was really cool. New Balance Knoxville helped provide me gear. I'm the one that chose black, by the way, so that's on me. They let me choose it. Dark mode. That's right. Dark mode.
Did you have white as an option?
Yes, I did. Yep.
What were your choices?
Well, I mean, their gear is awesome. So Sharon was awesome too. She said, pick out what you want. And I picked out the black hat, which I was dousing with water every stop I could to pour over my head because it got a little hot out there.
Yeah.
If you noticed yesterday. And then, the black shorts. So, yeah, I chose.
I mean, you look cool.
I felt like that would be the case. The photos came out pretty cool.
Yeah, you look cool.
So got to wear the Bound Running Company singlet as well, which was really awesome. And then Apex Apparel, they printed the Second Harvest logo on the front. So we were able to represent Second Harvest that way. Appreciate Eddie's Health Shop. So fuel was needed over the course of the run. And then you never know what can occur. So on the Greenway, there is no restroom. You can go up top. And I was like, well, I'll be out there for a while. So our friends at Volunteer Portables also stepped up to make sure if I needed to make a pit stop, which I did a couple of times, that I could do so. So big thank you to everybody involved with making yesterday happen. It was a big success for a great cause for Second Harvest Food Bank.
Yeah, it was cool to see you do that. It was cool to be a part of it in a small way. And now it's about trying to find the next thing to do, the next mountain to climb. So think about that, Josh.
So
it's counting down. You got, 366 days?
Yeah, roughly. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
To think about what we could do next.
So yesterday, our friends at 3HL, they were nice enough to invite me on to also some folks in Nashville started donating, which was really cool, helping out an organization in East Tennessee. And Ron Slay suggested that next year do a 41 for 41, but wear boots like Tiger Woods.
Boots?
Yeah, boots.
Like Timberland boots? Or like?
Yeah, like I'd have to go back to the details, but Tiger, he was doing the Navy SEAL training and wearing boots and really kind of messed his body up, I think, is what people believe.
So why would Ron give you that idea? If we know that Tiger messed his body up doing that. I thought Ron liked this or liked you.
I thought so too, but I think what Ron likes the most is a good laugh.
Well, I understand.
And that way.
Well, I did suggest that you run 40 miles drinking a 40.
You did as well,
yeah.
Yep.
That'd have been a good laugh too.
Allegedly, you had my back.
I had your back.
You did. Yep. You and Ace came out yesterday. That was awesome.
Yeah, we did, man. I like the Greenway. Nice and straight. along the river. It was awesome, man. Also, you could walk on the pavement, run on the pavement, or in the grass.
Yeah, so this spot, that's where some, I believe, SEC championships have taken place. And this fall at the Cherokee Farm, they're going to host the NCAA Cross Country National Championship. So ESPN's coming to town. It's going to be a whole big to-do, I believe, in October.
ESPN coming to Knoxville?
Coming to Knoxville.
Where Tennessee is?
University of Tennessee.
I thought they hated Tennessee. I thought ESPN hated Tennessee.
They are joined as one. So, yeah, it's a beautiful spot. I recommend it. If you're looking for a new greenway spot to check out, it's along the water and along the UT practice golf course and the cross-country course.
Shh. We got to keep it a secret.
I know.
We got to keep it a secret.
Yeah, that's the things we worry about. We start telling about the good spots.
I know, man.
People start showing up.
Yeah, it was great, man. Yeah, that's in the rotation for sure. So appreciate you, Josh. You motivated me to get some miles in.
Yesterday was also, I didn't know this ahead of time. Andy told me a couple days ago. Yesterday was Global Running Day, so it was an appropriate day to do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What's today?
I think it's
Global Running Day?
Global Rest and Relax Recovery Day.
Exactly.
Is what it is. I get along with most people, I like to think. I'm not getting along with Stairs very well today. We're at odds.
Well, Stairs is not a person, Josh. So you're good. You're good.
Yeah, they're up and down the staircase today.
So you use the elevator today?
I don't have one in my house. No, I went up the stairs here.
Josh, you think we believe that? You live in Farragut. We know you have one in your house. Nice try.
Yeah, they just come as part of the blueprint.
Exactly.
Yep. Yesterday was a great day. Thank you to everybody that helped make it that. Josh40.com if you'd like to continue to support the virtual food drive. It's still live for Second Harvest, Josh40.com. Oh, one other thing. You did say, I think a few weeks ago, if I do this 40-mile run, I don't know if it's just for a day, but you would classify me as an athlete. So I want to get that confirmed.
You're an athlete. Yeah,
Look at
for
that.
sure. Yeah. You're just not a athlete that got a scholarship or a professional athlete, but
That's for sure.
Anybody can be an athlete, especially if you go out and run 40 miles in a day.
Yeah, when I step up from the desk every once in a while here and I trip over the chair, what do you tell me? Be an athlete, Josh.
I do say that. Anytime anybody trips inside of my house, I look at them and tell them to be an athlete. Stay off the ground.
We're all trying. We're all trying to stay upright.
That's right.
I believe. Hey, we have a lot to talk about. We'll talk some football. We'll talk to you. 865-656-9900 if you would like to join us. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. We'll be with you until 3 o'clock. We're going to have some fun this afternoon right here on Josh and Swain.
Saving you money is our second passion. Never miss a deal. Text the word SWEET to 865-656-9900.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Ted Russell Ford, locally owned and operated. This is where my family has shopped over the years. We have two vehicles in my home that have come from both locations, Parkside Drive and Kingston Pike. It's your super dealer right here in Knoxville, Ted Russell Ford, and they have the Super Summer Sales event that's going on right now. They're East Tennessee's #1 volume Ford dealer, and with two locations, they have so many options that are available. If you're looking for a truck, check out the many different combinations they have available for you right now. And you can take advantage, as they have continued, employee pricing. You pay what Ted Russell Ford pays when you shop at Ted Russell Ford. You can check out their many different options of trucks, their SUVs. If you are nearing a big family trip and you realize, you know what, we probably need a little more space and for getting around town every single day, check out the Ford Expedition or the Ford Explorer. They also have the Edge, different options with the Ford Bronco. You can check them out on Parkside Drive or Kingston Pike, or you can go to the website. That's how I started. You can go to tedrussellford.net.
This has been a paid announcement.
If you want a great-looking fence or secure entry gate that will stand the test of time, you need to call Stanley Fencing and Gates. Proudly serving East Tennessee since 2000, Stanley Fencing can customize your fence. Just tell Stanley Fencing your idea, and they'll bring it to life, offering chain link, vinyl, aluminum, and wood fencing. They even specialize in secure entry gates to protect your business. For customized fencing and gates backed by a warranty, choose the Stanley Fence family. Call 865-254-3844 or online at StanleyFence.com.
Battled up in the air and intercepted at the 25-yard line. Daniel Hood.
Knoxville, trust your roof to a true Vol for life. Hi, this is Daniel Hood with Daniel Hood Roofing, led by the only Tennessee Vol turned roofer. My team brings championship grit to every job. From free roof inspections to leak-proof repairs and storm-tough metal roofs, we deliver durability with local lifetime warranties. Don't let storm season sack your home. Call 865-851-5002. That's Daniel Hood Roofing, Knoxville's home field advantage.
At His Security Technology, we are celebrating dads and grads. Did you know that His Security Technology not only delivers superior security solutions, we're also an authorized Sonos dealer. Take advantage of special savings now on select Sonos products. For your grad, the popular Roam 2 portable smart speaker, and for dad, say Happy Father's Day with the Sonos soundbar and sub. On sale through June 15th. Need it installed? We can do that too. Stop by our showroom, chat us up online, hissecurity.com, or give us a call, 865-474-9495.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because it probably can be.
Every success you've had began with a great opportunity. Now there's another one. Last aid year, University of Maryland Global Campus awarded over $21 million in scholarships to qualified students, including community college students, service members, veterans, and working adults. Now is the time to move your career forward with an online and accredited skills-based education. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
Huge news. Right now at Wendy's, you can get a Son of Baconator for just $3. I don't think you understand this situation. The Son of Baconator is only $3 for a limited time. You know, smoked bacon, rich melted cheese. That Son of Baconator is only $3. Thank you to whoever wished upon that star. For bacon that just won't quit, gotta be Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. Prices may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii, not valid on a combo or on third-party delivery platforms.
Honey, we need a new roof.
Go to moshingles.com and get a quote in 60 seconds.
Are they any good?
Yeah, they're a top-rated roofing company in East Tennessee and A+ rated with the BBB.
Free instant quotes at moshingles.com.
Fair, honest sports conversation from two guys that define credibility. Here's Josh and Swain on 99.1, the Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. 865-656-9900 if you would like to join us. Jason Swain is here, VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver. I'm Josh Ward, and you can join us at 865-656-9900. We'll catch up on some of the college football off-season conversations that are going on. I know you guys hit on the ESPN FPI. There are layers to all of those things come out. We got the SP Plus a couple weeks ago, FPI that is out. FPI is actually higher. Surprised by that. SP Plus had Tennessee 13th, FPI 10th. But those are also, I think, the two highest or two of the highest that I've seen since the end of spring practice.
Yeah, very, very generous.
Yeah.
I think placement for Tennessee. Yesterday we talked about how Mark Slayball felt like Tennessee was overvalued there at that 10th spot, and I agree with him. The projections with special teams, offensively and defensively, I felt like special teams needs to be a whole lot better than it was last year, and they'll have opportunity to do that. Got some new faces, and hopefully, there are some things that we do different. I mean, I know Evan Crabtree is moving into that role, but just because you were part of the staff last year, where Eckler was the special teams coordinator, doesn't mean that you agree with everything that he was doing. And that doesn't mean that you can't do some things differently now that you are in control. So I don't know if doing everything we did last year is the right approach, because the results were not where you needed them to be from a special team standpoint. So you got some new faces and roles there when it comes to special teams to alleviate some pressure from the defense, which had all of the pressure on them last year, along with Dylan Sampson. You need special teams to be a little bit better. So that was part of the conversation as it relates to the SP and the FPI.
Yeah, I was surprised. FPI, so SP Plus and FPI, these are both from ESPN. FPI is the Football Power Index.
Mm-hmm.
They both have offensive and defensive rankings as well. So SP Plus had Tennessee's offense 34th, I believe, is in the 30s, and defense top 10, which I was not surprised by. That made some sense to me with some of the questions in the offense, a lot of new personnel. But the FPI offensive ranking for Tennessee is 12th, and they've actually moved up 7 spots, I believe, from where they ranked Tennessee's offense a year ago. So FPI is, I guess, projecting a big jump offensively, which could happen, but that surprised me. I did not expect that kind of offensive projection for Tennessee with the unknown of the personnel.
Yeah, when you lose Dylan Sampson and you lose, a player that obviously the NFL valued enough to select in the 4th round, and Dante Thornton. I think that's right. 4th round or 5th round? I think it's 4th round.
Yep, to the Raiders.
I know what team you're going to, Josh. You're going to your Raiders. But anytime you lose guys like that, you're probably going to feel it a little bit, especially when it wasn't like it lit the world on fire offensively last year anyways, from a balance and passing attack standpoint. And so to see the numbers better in the projections is pretty surprising. I don't mind being pleasantly surprised.
No. But the numbers, the computers, the projections right now, they are projecting better for Tennessee than the humans. If you look at just many different outlets out there putting out their top 25s, top 20s, whatever, the projections based on numbers, calculations, how they come together, are higher on Tennessee than elsewhere. I have to imagine, when you look at a projection of the record, part of that has to be that their schedule still shows really good opportunity. You have the big 4, I think, in terms of the games, the opponents, Georgia, Alabama, Florida, Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
But you have a lot of very manageable games in the SEC. Syracuse as an opener, a respectable opponent. Yeah, you have Arkansas coming to town.
Mm-hmm.
Mississippi State, you got to go there, but nobody's going to care about that. Kentucky, Vandy. 3 games that are automatic wins in the non-conference. So there's an opportunity. A lot of people will look at it as, can you go 2-2 in the Big 4 and avoid an upset that I think people would have a difficult time pointing to? That if you're going to point to one, it'd probably be the Kentucky game. And if I'm asking, hey, can you avoid an upset against Kentucky? The answer better be yes.
You can't lose to Kentucky.
Yeah. If you lose to Kentucky, then nobody's got anything for you.
Yeah, if you lose to Kentucky, something is wrong.
I know they lost to Arkansas last year. They wouldn't have lost Arkansas in Knoxville.
Yeah, but Arkansas was – we knew this going in. Arkansas is a tough place to play.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I did it as a player in 2006. But it was a tough place to play. And it's a night game. It was just rocking, man. And Kentucky has really never had that type of atmosphere to intimidate an opponent. And Tennessee did it in Josh Heupel's first season when, they felt like that was their opportunity to knock off Tennessee and still couldn't do it. And the energy and the vibe in Lexington when it comes to football is the lowest it's probably been in 5 years. So you can't lose to a program that's really on life support right now, seems like, with Stoops as a head coach.
Yeah, Kentucky's in a bad place. Seems to be.
Seems. You don't have to say seem. They are in a bad place. Every offseason, I've seen, at least in the last couple of offseasons, 3 or 4, there's been a transfer quarterback. There's been, a receiver that's coming back where you get these highlights from spring practice and there's some excitement. There's some optimism from the fan base. I've seen none of that this offseason. None of it. So there's not any juice right now with Kentucky football. That juice is with the basketball program, both men's and women's, with Pope and Brooks.
Yeah, they should feel good.
Oh, they feel great.
Yeah, SP Plus ranks Kentucky 43rd in the country. 5 spots behind Arkansas for perspective.
Yeah, and Sam Pittman is still on his last leg of being a head coach at Arkansas. So he skated by this past season. Let's see if he can do it again. But, like, that's where Kentucky is positioned when you look at the value of those two programs. Kentucky's behind Arkansas right now.
Shannon texted in, see, ESPN does hate us. They're feeding us all this rat poison. It's ridiculous.
It really is. It really is. But I've said it before. I'll say it again. I mean, I feel like some of this is their confidence in Josh Heupel and what he has done in his first couple of years here and what he inherited and the 2 seasons he's had, one taking a team to the college football playoff and another being a top 5 team, number 1 team ranked at one point during the season. Like, doing those 2 things, I think, puts you in high regard when you look at some of the folks who are doing these preseason rankings, and maybe even the computers look at that stuff too.
Another text says, hey, 99.1, said that we want to hear from you today. We want to interact, so we appreciate it. Hey, back.
Hey. Yo, what's up?
99.1 The Sports Animal, AM 640 The Sports Monster. We invite you to join us at 865-656-9900. Zakai Ziegler and the NCAA and the battle and the question that continues, will Zakai get a 5th year of eligibility to return to play college basketball? We'll discuss the latest there. We'll talk to you along the way. Thanks for hanging out with us as we continue on Josh and Swain.
Time now for a Sports Animals Sports Minute.
In the NHL Stanley Cup Final, Game 1 last night, Edmonton rallies from a 3-1 deficit to defeat Florida 4-3 in overtime and take a 1-0 lead in the series. Leon Draisaitl with 2 goals for Edmonton, including the game winner late in the first overtime period. Game 2 is tomorrow night in Alberta. The NBA Finals begin tonight as the Thunder host the Pacers for Game 1 in Oklahoma City. The Thunder are looking for their first NBA championship since relocating to Oklahoma City and the franchise's first title since winning the NBA Finals back in 1979. Indiana is looking for its first ever NBA championship and first title of any sort since winning the ABA back in 1973. Tip-off tonight is set for 8:30. Native Design and Hardscape is Knoxville's premier landscaping and hardscape designer. They're ready to turn your home or business outdoor space into reality. Your new outdoor space awaits. Native Design and Hardscape, making backyard dreams come true. Schedule a consultation today at nativetn.com. I'm Joel Silverberg.
St. Louis, baby back, spare. Ribs have played it safe for far too long. But Big Kahuna Wings doesn't do safe. We do bold. Introducing our smoky fried ribs. We've slow smoked these delicious baby back ribs, then flash fried them and baptized them in our proprietary seasoning. Consider the game changed. Try our smoky fried ribs at our Farragut or Maryville location or at our franchise location in Westtown. Big Kahuna Wings. Change your taste buds forever.
Are you tired of struggling with your gate every time you come home? Say goodbye to the hassle and hello to convenience with Stanley Fencing, your East Tennessee experts and automatic gate operators. From big fencing jobs to cozy backyard setups, they've got you covered. At Stanley Fencing, they take pride in not just building fences, but building lasting relationships with their customers. Because when you choose them, you're not just getting a fence, you're getting a partner for life. Stanley Fencing, where quality and care come together.
News just in. Bet365.
Why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call TN Redline 1-800-889-9789. 21 plus only, but be physically located in Tennessee. T's and C's apply in app only.
Big savings right now on all floor covering at Frazier's Carpet One. Hello, Knoxville. This is Mitchell Parton with Frazier's Carpet One, and for a very limited time, Frazier's is having a massive blowout sale on all in-stock flooring. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl tile and plank, ceramic, area rugs, and more, Frazier's has hundreds of thousands of square feet of all flooring in stock. And right now, if it's in stock, it's on sale, up to 50% off. As a fourth-generation, family-owned business, you don't stay in business for 65 years if you don't offer value. Plus no money down and free financing for an entire year. Just give us a call at 546-4850 and we'll come to you with free in-home estimates and free in-home shopping.
Batted up in the air and intercepted at the 25-yard line. Daniel Hood.
Knoxville, trust your roof to a true Vol for life. Hi, this is Daniel Hood with Daniel Hood Roofing, led by the only Tennessee Vol turned roofer. My team brings championship grit to every job. From free roof inspections to leak-proof repairs and storm-tough metal roofs, we deliver durability with local lifetime warranties. Don't let storm season sack your home. Call 865-851-5002. That's Daniel Hood Roofing, Knoxville's home field advantage.
Stanley spent his life in the saddle, wrangling whatever laughed through at him, but nothing prepared him for the fight against ED. Shane practically hunched him over. Online pills just gave him a headache. He begged for a lifeline.
Well, maybe it's over.
Men's Pro Knoxville said no. Medical conditions, old age, there's hope. This is about real treatments. Science, not one-size-fits-all guesswork. Men's Pro Knoxville was designed for men who hate going to the doctor. Personalized plans, cutting-edge treatments, overseen by an actual medical provider that takes the time to listen. With AD and performance treatments others only dream about, we fight like hell to get you back in the saddle. Because every second you wait, your condition could worsen. Act now. Don't let time slip away. Dial 865-544-8220 or go to menspronknoxville.com. Your consultation includes blood work with results before you leave. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
This report is sponsored by WhatsApp.
On WhatsApp, your personal messages stay private. So things like those selfies from last weekend's party stay between you and your bestie. Because on WhatsApp, your personal messages are yours. No one else can see or hear them, not even us. WhatsApp, message privately with everyone.
A stray shower or storm is possible. With a mix of sun and clouds, it is a steamy one today. High 85 and a light breeze. Stray rain throughout the overnight tonight and very stuffy. Warm low of 69 degrees. Then tomorrow we increase from spotty to scattered storms. A batch on the way for tomorrow evening. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley.
The hottest sports stories of the day, broken down to their very core with honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us. Got a follow-up. We were joking about the text. Hey, 99.1. Sent a follow-up text. Said, just now found out about your station. Great stuff on here.
All right.
Signed G.
All right, let's go.
That's awesome. Appreciate that. You can listen anywhere. You can stream us live. We're live on YouTube today as well, the Sports Animal YouTube channel. So you can stop by, like, and subscribe. When you do, we would greatly appreciate that. This is more of a general question. What does the term chalk mean when discussing possible, probable game outcomes? So that means kind of going down the line and you see a bunch of favorites win. So like in the NCAA tournament, when you hear about chalk advancing, that means the higher seeded teams or most likely the favored teams all winning out and moving on. You see chalk as it's kind of written in advance of how it's going to play out.
Yep, that's it.
I don't know how the Zakai Ziegler situation is going to play out.
Nothing chalk about that. I mean, I think if you're Tennessee, you kind of prepare for both cases. If they say no, then you move forward with trying to add the roster spot with another guard and someone that can get to the bucket, create their own shot while shoot the basketball from the outside. If they say yes, then what does that mean for Zakai and Jordan Gainey? Because both should be able to play, right? or would that disqualify Gainey because he's a transfer? I mean, I'm sure both of them are trying to play, but there's one roster spot.
Yeah, I try to avoid guessing, but I would have to imagine that Zakai being able to play would mean Gainey's going to be able to play, and they can figure out scholarships if needed. They can figure out something there. But in terms of, hey, one guy can just pay to play because we're going to give him a bunch of money back. But I don't know. So some of the latest would be the NCAA filing its response on June 2nd. You have the U.S. Department of Justice also weighing in, and a judge will hear their arguments tomorrow with Zakai Ziegler and the NCAA side. Zakai's case is, hey, I played 4 years. Some players get to redshirt and take advantage of the opportunity to make money for 5 years. I didn't redshirt, so I played 4 years, and that leaves me without a fifth year to be able to make money. And he said he wants to pursue a master's degree, start out in a graduate program this fall.
Student athlete,
student first.
Yep.
So he argued his eligibility is restricted, and it's an antitrust violation. The NCAA, in part, is saying, well, you could have redshirt, you chose not to. And the NCAA is concerned about, well, if Zakai is given a fifth year, who is to stop another player from saying, I want a sixth year, and then another player to say, I want 7 years? Where does the eligibility question end if you just hand out a fifth year because of the opportunity to make money and you want to make an antitrust argument? The Department of Justice wrote, if an opposing school does not impose academic obligations on its players, it stands to gain a significant advantage on the field from a team of effectively professional athletes able to devote all of their time and energy solely to athletics. Likewise, if a school does not limit the years of participation, it could field more experienced players and obtain advantages over rivals, which would discourage other teams from fielding younger players. They've pointed to the concern over high schoolers going into college and the opportunity for young players when they get to school.
Well, first of all, they're doing it already. I mean, you have coaches that don't even recruit high school players. You know, Deion Sanders is just straight in the portal. But I look at it from the standpoint, remember a couple of years ago when college basketball – there were so many one-and-dones. Like, you didn't know who was who, which teams had what players. But because of NIL and because of the transfer portal, you have Janai Broome. You have the Dalton Connects. You have more household names at the college level. And the ratings this year with the NCAA tournament, I'm pretty sure they're really high. I'm pretty sure they were higher than the years past. Well, if you are able to strengthen the rosters of the Tennessees of the world, the Dukes of the world, the Illinois of the world, then you can strengthen the rosters of the Austin Peays of the world, the Belmonts of the world, smaller schools too, with young players that want to pursue a fifth year. Not everyone has to pursue a fifth year. Like, if you are a senior and you play at a small school and you're not getting any money, then there's been people that have said no thank you. They want to do something else. So, like, you don't have to come back for a fifth year, but the same way they're making a case against it, a case can be made for it too that makes the sport better. Like, experienced players makes the game better. When we had a bunch of one-and-dones and players coming in and leaving, like, it was hard to really know anyone. So you can make a case for both sides.
I have no idea how this is going to play out.
I mean, I understand both sides.
Yeah, I won't be surprised by an outcome.
Me either.
If Zakai is denied or if he is successful and gets a fifth year, neither outcome would surprise me at all.
I mean,
and I say that because I was surprised when Diego Pavia was successful with his ruling. Then I was surprised when Alberto Osuna was unsuccessful in his bid. So at that point, I decided I shouldn't be surprised by any outcome.
Well, why are they continuing to grant people extra years then of eligibility?
Well,
if they're so afraid of people having extra years, for the last couple of years, they've given people extra years. They're the ones who decided, yeah, this player can have a 8th year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this player can have a 7th year. This player can have a 6th year. If you're so concerned with players playing too long, why are you continuing to allow these players to get well beyond 5 years? Now, if you want to say, well, those are individual cases and the numbers are not as much as they would be if you have 200 Zakai Zieglers, then I would understand that.
Yeah, my guess is that their response to that, the NCAA's response to that is, well, those are exceptions or special cases, often related to injury. The COVID eligibility thing threw things off the last several years as well, because you had this year where anybody playing, their eligibility didn't count. So you had some that played, and then they were able to redshirt after or dealt with a medical case after. And we've gotten these crazy numbers of guys playing 6-7 years. Miami just had a tight end, believe he's done, after his 9th season of eligibility. So
that was 9 years?
9 years.
That's right. He came in the year Jerry Garantano. It was
9 seasons. So, yeah, when you hear that, but as the NCAA wrote, referring to Ziegler, he asked this court to make him the first student-athlete in history to be granted the opportunity to participate in a 5th season of D1 competition as a matter of right. Their concern is the change to 5 years and then the potential for that to have someone say, well, if we're at 5, why can't we be at 6? Now, there's also the question that's been out there.
Why can't you just stop it at 5?
Are they not going to 5 soon anyway?
Man, what?
There's a lot of confidence from some people in the sport, covering the sport, or covering college athletics, that they're going to go to 5 years soon anyway.
So, if you're going to 5 anyways, why are you trying to stop it from happening now?
Well, has that confidence been overblown? I don't know.
Anytime the NCAA says anything about the welfare of the student athlete, to me, it's all smoke. It's never sincere. You're saying no for a different reason that probably includes money. They have botched this thing, which is why we're here in this position as we speak. So I'm sorry. I just it's hard to take anything that the NCAA is saying as gospel when it comes to thinking about the welfare of student athletes.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are conflicted in these eligibility cases because there are a lot of people who are like, I don't know that I want to see eligibility extended. But I know there are a lot of people saying, I don't want to be on the side of the NCAA either.
Correct.
So it's a conflicting conversation. But what happens tomorrow appears to be a big step in whatever will eventually happen. The ultimate ruling was Zakai Ziegler trying to get a 5th year of college eligibility. What do you think? 865-656-9900. If you'd like to tell us, you can tell us by calling. You can text in to join us here on Josh and Swain.
I'm VFL Sterling Hinton, and it's
86 days until
it's football time in Tennessee.
This countdown to kickoff is brought to you by Knoxville TVA Employees Credit Union. People helping people since 1934.
Golf season is here, and an eagle awaits you at Sevierville Golf Club. The very best golf in the beautiful Smoky Mountains is ready for you. 2 18-hole championship courses with breathtaking views, unique layouts, and pristine enough to be named the best maintained public golf course in all of Tennessee. All of this makes for a round of golf you won't soon forget. So challenge your game with all the elements of rolling hills, water, sand, and quick greens. Visit SeviervilleGolfClub.com to book your tee time or to learn more about memberships. Sevierville Golf Club, an eagle awaits you.
I never thought building a custom home would be this easy. When Red Door Homes built our house last year, they made the process simple. We picked from their 30-plus floor plans, customized it how we wanted, and they built it right on our land. The construction time was quick, and their 10-year warranty gave us total confidence. If you're thinking about building a home, do what we did. Go to reddoorhomestn.com and visit their showroom right off Paper Mill in Kingston Pike. You won't regret it.
Red Door Homes, home building as it should be.
Wow, these bank fees are flat out ridiculous. And forget about trying to get a car or home loan. So, who do you do your banking with, Sharon?
Me? I don't.
You don't use a bank?
No.
So what do you, like, save your money under a mattress? Bury it in the backyard? Or maybe you borrow from some rich relative when you need a loan?
No, nothing like that. I do credit unioning.
Wait, what? Credit unioning? What the heck's that?
It's kind of like banking, but so much better. Especially if you use Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union.
Need a home loan to buy, build, or remodel the home of your dreams, but not sure what loan option is right for you? Alcoa 10 can help. Their lending team can assist you in finding the solution that best fits your needs. Alcoa 10 Federal Credit Union, the clear choice. Your less red tape banking alternative. Go to atfcu.com for details. Member NCUA, an equal housing lender.
Is your dripping faucet driving you crazy? Is your toilet running a marathon after every flush? Then call the local plumbing experts at Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling today. We offer same-day service guaranteed for all your plumbing repair needs. And we've been voted best plumbing company in Knoxville 7 years in a row. All plumbing systems and fixtures eventually deteriorate over time, leading to a host of problems. And with changing seasons, you may be experiencing plumbing issues, such as leaking pipes, water heater failure, clogged drains or toilets, and even sewer line backups. If you need immediate plumbing repair services, including emergencies or after-hours assistance, the expert plumbers at Pipe Wrench can help. No matter what the problem is, call us to schedule an appointment for a complete assessment so we can identify the issue, provide the best long-term solution, and quickly fix your plumbing, drain, or sewer system. We also offer free on-site estimates on replacements, plus free second opinions on repairs. Call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today.
Are you tired of struggling with your gate every time you come home? Say goodbye to the hassle and hello to convenience with Stanley Fencing, your East Tennessee experts and automatic gate operators. From big fencing jobs to cozy backyard setups, they've got you covered. At Stanley Fencing, they take pride in not just building fences, but building lasting relationships with their customers. Because when you choose them, you're not just getting a fence, you're getting a partner for life. Stanley Fencing, where quality and care come together.
Do you ever feel like gambling is causing financial strain or hurting your relationships? The Gambling Clinic has been helping people change their gambling habits for over 2 decades. With physical clinics and remote online appointments, we're here to help you make informed decisions about your gambling. Visit us at thegamblingclinic.com so we can work together to help you win back your life. This project is funded by the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services. Brought to you by the Tennessee Gambling Clinic, the Tennessee Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
I'm Chelsea Messenger, helping you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. Game 1 of the NBA Finals is tonight in Oklahoma City. So far this postseason, the Pacers have been a great bet as underdogs. Indiana is 7-3 outright in this year's postseason when getting points. Let's take the Pacers getting 9.5 points tonight and hope they can at least make things interesting in Oklahoma City. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app. Please gamble responsibly.
Still getting around to that fix on your car? You got this. On eBay, you'll find millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. Doesn't matter if it's a major engine repair or your first time swapping your windshield wipers. eBay has that part you need, ready to click perfectly into place for changes big and small. Loud or quiet. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. But you already know that. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thanks for being with us here in the final segment of hour number 1. Alan Bell driving the line in 10 minutes. This is, I think, an example of the conflict here because Andrew says, love Zakai. But this is bigger than our favorite point guard ever coming back. It's bigger than that. Let's keep college sports, and hash out the revenue and NIL and transfer portal for Tennessee. Jacoby Gillespie is up next. I think everybody's going to agree with Randall's text. Endless eligibility is a terrible idea. And I'm not going to argue that at all. Like beyond 5 years, the 5 to play 5, if that's where we ultimately get and it ends there.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, it'll change a little bit about what we've seen, but we've recently seen the redshirt rule change in football where you can play up to 4 games. And that's a flawed rule because we see some players play 4 games and then decide, I'm out.
Yeah, and quit.
Because you want to preserve eligibility. But, if they get to 5 to play 5, meaning, hey, you can just play 5 years, but there are no waivers, there is no red shirt, you just get to play 5 years, then I can be cool with that. Beyond 5, I can't.
I can't be cool with beyond 5. I can't. And it seems like every time you try to make a rule, there's abuse. Like the red shirt rule was good because what had happened in the past was you had players that a whole year was burned just because they went in one game. And what was unfortunate, you had players that were sophomores and juniors and seniors advised freshmen, hey, man, don't let them burn your red shirt. Like, either red shirt or don't, but don't let them burn it for a game. You know, what happened to Will McBride, quarterback here. Like, I felt so bad for him, but we needed him to play. Well, if you had the 4-game redshirt rule, man, he's able to play, special circumstance, and still maintain his red shirt. Like, the rule was good for the right reasons, but it was abused because you had players quit after playing 4 games. And that was not the intention of the rule. And so I'm okay with 5 years to play 5. And if you need the red shirt because emotionally you're not ready or academically you need to focus on that first, or physically you're not ready to compete inside of the trenches or any other place on the field, mentally you need some time with the playbook, take that time. Get ahead academically. Get yourself right. Come back as a redshirt freshman and then have 4 full seasons. Going into college, all the top prospects think about playing early. Want to play early, want to play early, want to play early. Because your ego is telling you, I'm one of the best. The best, we don't sit and watch. We play. But it's okay. Because when you get here after having that philosophy, you soon realize, especially after you finish your first year, that maybe a red shirt wasn't a bad idea. Because after you play your first season, you look at your snap count, and it's not that much at all. Like, you look at a guy like Mike Matthews, who probably wanted to play as a freshman. That was probably important to him. It's probably Tennessee sold him on. But, like, should have redshirted. There's thousands of kids in different sports that probably wish they redshirted after not redshirting, because when you come back your sophomore season, that's really the first season, like, you know the playbook, you feel comfortable, like you have adjusted to the academics, you've adjusted to the college life, the off season, like, you are ready to go. And then by the time you turn around, it's your senior year and you're over. So you really only have 3 years of truly playing the sport and being a student where you feel comfortable and you can do it at a high level. Most people. Some people can come in, first step, boom, they're ready to go. But the reason why I like the 5 years to play 5 is because, it allows you to be able to grow and still have those 4 years.
We had the question, 5 for 5 is great, but what about injured years?
that accounts for it too. I'm sorry if you get hurt, man. It's kind of part of it. It's bad luck, but we can't have you playing 6 and 7 years because you got hurt.
Yeah, it stinks and it's unfortunate.
You get that 1 year. It could be for injury. It could be for, hey, you can't get on the football field.
Mm-hmm.
It could be for personal reasons. Hey, my mind's not right. You had maybe a situation at home with your family. You need to take a year off. Like, that year's for everything.
But you get 5 years.
You get 5 years, play 5. And if you don't have anything and you come in blazing the trail, you're not going to want to stay 5 years anyways. You're probably going to be good enough to play pro, unless maybe you use a Kai Ziegler and you have opportunity to make the money that he's making as a fifth-year senior. And at that point, awesome, man. He's earned it.
Yep. Some days we could do 4, 5, 6 hours of radio, but we get 3. We have 2 to go. Alan Bell driving the line coming up next right here on Josh and Swain.
The United States Soccer Federation presents the U.S. Soccer Podcast.
Inside the opening 45 seconds. What a goal! With that cannon of a left foot. All even at 1.
Never miss a game.
What a start for the United States. Shot from distance. What a goal!
Never miss a moment.
Exquisite from the San Diegan. Can he finish? Yes, he can! Yeah!
The U.S. Soccer Podcast. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Hello, Knoxville. This is Mitchell Parton with Frazier's Carpet One. Frazier's massive in-stock selection means buying power muscle, and that means big savings for you. Frazier's always keeps hundreds of thousands of square feet of the best-selling carpet, hardwood, luxury vinyl tile and plank, and more, all in stock. Plus, no money down and free financing for an entire year. So call 546-4850 for a free in-home estimate. If you're even thinking about new floor covering and going to the big box stores, think again and come to Frazier's Carpet One. Apples to apples, we guarantee it. Frazier's will beat the big box stores with no money down and free financing for an entire year. We make it easy. Everything for the floor from the store you trust more. Frazier's Carpet One.
They say that good fences make good neighbors. And when it comes to your privacy, Loudoun County Fence is the fencing company East Tennesseans have trusted for over 50 years. Your fence should be durable and stylish. Visit their website at lcfence.com and view all of their great options, from wood privacy to ornamental aluminum fencing. Loudoun County Fence is a family-owned and operated company with over 50 years of experience installing quality fencing in and around Knoxville. They're fully licensed and insured, and their workmanship is guaranteed. For your free estimate, visit lcfence.com.
Wedby Insurance is Knoxville's premier auto owners insurance agency. Since 1972, the staff at Wedby has made it a point to provide personalized, prompt, and professional service. Whether you need personal or commercial coverage, Wedby Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance can provide you with a coverage that fits your needs and your budget. For your home, your life, your car, or your business, Wedby Insurance will be there for your family. Contact them at wedbyinsurance.com. That's WHEDBEE Insurance.com.
I never thought building a custom home would be this easy. When Red Door Homes built our house last year, they made the process simple. We picked from their 30-plus floor plans, customized it how we wanted, and they built it right on our land. The construction time was quick, and their 10-year warranty gave us total confidence. If you're thinking about building a home, do what we did. Go to reddoorhomestn.com and visit their showroom right off Paper Mill and Kingston Pike. You won't regret it.
Red Door Homes, home building as it should be.
I'm David Brewster, owner of Aqua Clear Water Systems. The next time you're hauling heavy bottles of water, think, why am I doing this? With an award-winning Connecticut water system from Aqua Clear, I could make my own clean, fresh water. Better than bottled. Give us a call at 865-694-1725 or find us on the web at aquaclearws.com.
Aqua Clear, we'll change your water. It'll change your life.
When it comes to weight loss, one size does not fit all. At Bragg Weight Loss and Wellness, powered by Nutrimost, Dr. Terry Bragg provides the educational tools you need to manage your weight. No prepackaged foods and no counting points. Dr. Bragg uses a team approach, creating a personalized roadmap to a healthy lifestyle, including food plan, supplements, and support. Most participants lose 20 pounds in 40 days. For more information, go to BraggWeightLossAndWellness.com and start living your most healthy life.
This has been a paid announcement.
Listen for details on Big Ticket. Brought to you by Food City and Certified Angus Beef on WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville, a Cumulus Media Station, 99.1, the Sports Animal.
This is Andrew Perloff with a Sports Minute. The Cleveland Browns quarterback battle has taken center stage in the NFL news cycle. That's because they drafted Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round. While it's fascinating to see how the season unfolds for the former Colorado star, the Cleveland Browns appear to have every intention of drafting their franchise QB next season. Vegas predicts they'll be one of the worst teams in the league, and they have Jacksonville's first-round pick in next year's draft. So enjoy this juicy four-way battle for the starting job now. All of them could be out the door by next offseason. I'm Andrew Perloff.
Right now, get a $15 gift card after rebate with the purchase of select AC Pro refrigerant products at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Check engine or ABS light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Zero Res carpet cleaning's the right way to clean. ZeroResKnoxville.com.
Welcome into hour number 2 of Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us today. Jason Swain, series of VFL, former Tennessee wide receiver. I'm Josh Ward, and we are excited to begin this hour. Going to the Stanley Fencing and Gates hotline, we get to say hello to our friend Alan Bell from Driving the Line. At Driving the Line is the handle on YouTube. Go watch, go subscribe. Alan, good afternoon. How are you?
Gentlemen, doing fantastic, man. You guys doing all right?
Hey, doing very well. It is super regional time. You're the man. You're covering college baseball and what's happening from the very start, opening weekend of the season through the end of the College World Series. And what a matchup. Tennessee and Arkansas, they both advance. These are two of the most talented teams in the country without question, maybe the two most talented teams, and they're going up against each other in the super regional round. What do you make of this matchup? Tennessee going back to Fayetteville to take on Arkansas.
Yeah, I think everybody, once regionals came out, right, once the bracket came out, everyone circled this one and said, if we get this super regional, it's going to be something. And, well, we've got it. I'll say this. Tennessee needs to get started early. All right, I know that the game Saturday is game 1. Saturday, Sunday, Monday is how it's slated. Tennessee needs to win game 1. They need a lot of innings from Liam Doyle. They need him to be a stud. But don't want to put all that on him as well, all right? It's a full team effort, and got to get the bats going. That is going to be the absolute key, because if Tennessee has their bats alive and they're pitching just normal, right, just normal of what we've seen from Tennessee this year, they're arguably the best team in the country, right? But they have to have all that going, because you are also playing against arguably the best team in the country. We saw the series a couple weeks ago. It's going to be fireworks, and there's going to be runs scored. Let me just tell you that on both sides. It's going to be fun.
Tennessee is an underdog, but not by much. Outside of Tennessee, which underdog in a super regional do you think has the best chance of getting the upset?
Yeah, so, I mean, look, man, you asked a great question, right? So, look at Florida State and Oregon State, right? It's pretty much down the line. Florida State, their bats have been going, but Oregon State got it going, and Florida State has the longest trip of any team. So, yeah, pay attention to Oregon State on that one. Murray State against Duke. All right, we got a shot here, man. They're going to have to get their bats going. This Duke baseball team has really picked it up over the last month and gotten themselves back to where this team should have been all year. And then we look, you want to talk about an underdog. Coastal Carolina has tremendous pitching. Now, Auburn's playing good baseball, but Coastal Carolina can hit Auburn, which I believe that they can, and if Auburn has trouble and struggles with Coastal's just absolute depth of pitchers that they have, ooh, buddy, that could be a tough one for Auburn Tigers, man.
I got an idea. What if Murray State does a John Morant celebration when they score a run since John Morant went to Murray State? You think Chipper Jones will have a problem with that?
Yeah, dude, I did not have going against Chipper Jones this week on my bingo card. But, look, apparently Chip don't like it. Oh, man. But I'll say this. If Tennessee actually follows what Chipper Jones did as a player, and what I mean by that is attack first strike pitches, all right? The first strike that Arkansas throws over the plate, buddy, Chipper Jones had a Hall of Fame career doing that because Greg Maddox would tell him, they got to throw you a fastball for a strike in the first three pitches. After that, good luck. I really like that strategy for Tennessee. If they come out, their bats are going and they're aggressive. Do not see too many two-strike counts, man. Arkansas is way too good. And I'd say the same thing to Arkansas. If you want to beat Tennessee, you got to get on them because, buddy, Liam Doyle, if he's got two on you, he's probably going to get three on you.
Yeah, to add context about Chipper Jones, Chipper tweeted out that he had a big problem with some of the things that were going on over the weekend in college baseball, and he didn't mention specifically who. And a lot of people were assuming he was talking about Tennessee, but he was really talking about the coach at Florida and his actions, and he's talking about Georgia and Oklahoma State game and some of the things that went on in that game. So Chipper was not a big fan of some of the unsportsmanlike conduct and the way managers were acting, coaches were acting over the weekend. So,
yeah, and I was going to say, people were saying, like that he was aimed at Tennessee, and I was like, I didn't see Tennessee do anything.
No,
right.
Didn't do anything.
Yeah, they literally didn't do anything. So I'm with you. I was like, he's not talking about Tennessee at all.
We're talking to Alan Bell at Driving the Line. You mentioned Liam Doyle's name. How about him? What did you think, what you saw this past weekend? He comes back Monday night and is lights out after a terrific Game 1 performance in the regional. And then, of course, all season, he was the SEC Pitcher of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, look, I read an article on ESPN.com a couple of days ago that essentially MLB scouts have it as you going to take Ethan Holiday, number 1 overall in the draft, or you go take Liam Doyle. Like, he's literally that good. And the kid's got off the mound. I mean, he pops off of it, right? Like, this guy is just an electric factory. He's going to be ready to go Saturday against Arkansas. And, seeing the versatility, right, of him coming, out of the pen, when Tennessee needed him. And I'll say this, we've talked about it, and not comparing anybody to anyone, but 2 years ago when LSU won a national championship, they used Paul Skeens coming out of the out as essentially a closer, when they ran out of innings. And it works, man. So the fact that he was able to do that, and the fact that guys, like Lloyd, man, and Arbison, were ready to go at a moment's notice, it shows you how deep this Tennessee team is. And, Liam Doyle, he's a heck of a talent to watch, man.
By the way, Paul Skeens, what's happening there in Pittsburgh is criminal. Am I allowed to? He has a 2.05 ERA, .88 WHIP. The other night he went 8 innings, gave up 1 run on 3 hits, and took the loss because his team put up 0 runs in the game. He's 4-6 on the season with a 2.05 ERA and .88 WHIP.
Not the first time that's happened either.
No.
It happened to him last year. This guy literally, like you said, it should be a crime, man. Like, they cost him 2 no-hitters last year. Like, no-hitters, man. Like, this guy is so good, and he has not only 0 run support, but he has nobody in the bullpen behind him. I've seen so many games where he went, 7 1/3, okay? Comes out, they're leading 1-0, boom, he gets a loss. Like, it's just like, well, how is this happening, man?
Yeah, for sure. The NBA Finals get started here, Alan. The Thunder are big favorites going in against the Pacers. What do you make of it? What kind of shot do you give the Pacers, or do you take some other kind of angle toward the series if you're playing it besides just who's favored, who's not?
Yeah, so the books have it basically as an over-under of will there be 5.5 games, essentially, right? So do the Pacers win at least 2? Does it get to 6 games? I think that it does. even though the Thunder are the best team in the NBA. They're the deepest team in the NBA. But if there's been any team this year that has shown that they can come back on lead, it's Indiana. But it's just going to be brutal, man. I mean, you see it game one, or the Thunder, like 9.5, 10-point favorites. I would say the best way that you have betting this series are going to be player props, and they're going to be threes because you're going to get low numbers, and you can absolutely attain them. Like Pascal Siakam, over 1.5 threes is like plus 115 tonight. Alex Caruso for the Thunder, over 1.5 threes is like plus 125 tonight. SGA, his three prop is only over 1.5. Tyrese Halliburton is 2.5. So I know that these teams are deep, but you're going to see two super aggressive offenses. If you want points in the NBA, I mean, this is your series. But yeah, I mean, it feels like the Thunder are taking this one, and the books are betting that they take it in 5.
Alan? Yeah, the Thunder are great. They're in Oklahoma City, and I'm not sure how much people are paying attention during the regular season. There's more talk of market size than the matchup themselves, but this Thunder team is for real, I think, because of how deep they are, the way they play defense. SGA is a terrific individual player, but the team itself is loaded deep, and they all play hard.
Yeah, they do. And there's no give up in either of these teams. You're going to see them going. And if they're up big, they don't pull their guys. They keep going, and they keep pressure because they know how these teams can come back. So, yeah, you're going to see player props are going to be the way to go in this series. That's where you're going to make your money.
Alan, anything we missed, and what can people check out with Driving the Line?
Yeah, man, no, I think we got it, man. It's going to be a great weekend starting tonight, the NBA Finals, and we got Super Regional starting tomorrow, man. It's going to be fantastic. So come find us on YouTube at Driving the Line, 10 a.m. Eastern daily live betting show. Just talking ball, having fun, man. Think you enjoy it.
Yeah, you mentioned underdog possibilities. Do you have a favorite series? Remove Tennessee-Arkansas. So if Tennessee fans, since games get going tomorrow, Tennessee fans will wait till Saturday. Do you have a favorite series you're looking forward to watching or checking out?
Yeah, no, I want to see North Carolina against Arizona. Look, I think North Carolina's going to handle their business. I think that this is a really good baseball team. And then if you want to watch just good old-fashioned people watching, LSU and West Virginia, you want to put two fun fan bases together. They're going to be having some fun out there before and after the games. But that West Virginia team's no joke. And LSU, man, it took every bit to get through Little Rock. Don't sleep on the Mountaineers, man. West Virginia's good.
Yeah, that's a good one. At Driving the Line, go watch, go subscribe each and every day. He's there for you. Alan, we appreciate the time as always. Thanks so much, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Hey, look forward to it, fellas. Y'all be good. Thank you.
Thanks, Alan. On the Stanley Fencing Gates hotline, that's a good point. The LSU and West Virginia fan bases, those are two fan bases that are typically on one.
They are similar in a lot of ways, and they are different in a ton of ways, too.
But fun when you bring them together.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. And, hey, if you're a basketball fan, you should love the finals regardless of where the teams are from and the
I'm with
size.
You. Yeah.
You got two teams that play ball as hard as any two teams in the NBA, which has been, a criticism. And the Thunder, they don't rely on the three-point shot like the Celtics, and they play defense. The Pacers are scrappy. They share the ball. I mean, you look at the Golden State Warriors over the last couple of years when they were successful. They don't have Steph Curry, but they share it like the Warriors. I mean, there's no big ego. So if you like basketball, man, you'll like this series.
Yeah, they have players that deserve more attention to be considered among the stars. I mean, Shea's MVP.
Mm-hmm.
Tyrese Halliburton was wrongly voted most overrated player of the league. He was an Olympian, is a terrific young guard. And then you have other young players that are on the rise and making a difference. Jalen Williams of OKC. Chet Holmgren's a really good young player. For the Pacers, they have guys that, I don't know if they're stars, but they play their roles the way they're supposed to. And Neesmith and Nimhard on the Pacers side. So I think it's a fun matchup. Thunder are big favorites for a reason, but the Pacers, they were underdogs to even get through the East, and they did it.
Both stars on each team, man, not playing for the team that originally drafted them.
Mm-hmm.
We'll kind of cast to the side and they found their home, and they are superstars now on their team, and they have their teams in the finals.
This is the Paul George finals.
It is.
Both teams were able to restart their building process by dealing away Paul George.
That's right. That is right.
865-656-9900. So game one of the NBA Finals gets going tonight. Tennessee and Arkansas get going on Saturday, Sunday, with Monday, if necessary, in a best 2-of-3 series in the Super Regionals. We'll continue inviting you to join us, 865-656-9900, to be a part of the show. We'll open up the text box when we come back with you until 3 o'clock today on Josh and Swain.
Stream the Sports Animal free via the app, your smart speaker, your favorite streaming service, or the website at 991thesportsanimal.com.
Hey, it's Josh. I want to tell you about Wilson Brothers Plumbing. Wilson Brothers Plumbing is a great local company that has helped me at my home. Wilson Brothers Plumbing helped us when we dealt with an underground leak issue a couple years ago. It was during the springtime, and now we're approaching the summer months. It's a reminder that it's a great time to have them come out if you need anything to get checked out to make sure that you're good to go with the time of year that it is, and you could get in front of any kind of potential problem. If you're worried about issues, they can help with preventative maintenance at Wilson Brothers Plumbing. They have a team that is dedicated every single day to providing top-notch service and making sure any problem that you run into, that it's taken care of the right way. They have a team of skilled, passionate, and dedicated plumbers that are going to work to make sure you are in good hands every time. They strive for excellence. Their customer rating backs it up, 4.9 on Google. I left a 5.0 rating for the great work they did at our home. When you need to hire a professional plumbing company, call Wilson Brothers Plumbing at 865-415-1537 or visit wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. That's wilsonbrothersplumbing.com. Wilson Brothers, the proof is in the plumbing.
This has been a paid announcement.
Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialist. For 20 years, Native Design has transformed outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats where families gather, friends connect, and memories are made. Picture the pool of your dreams, a place to relax, entertain, and make any season unforgettable. Paired with excellent, durable hardscapes like custom decking and stonework, Native Design turns ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. Call 865-310-3256 or visit nativetn.com.
Get ready for the 2025-26 Lady Vols basketball season. Coming off a Sweet 16 run in the first season under head coach Kim Caldwell, Lady Vol basketball season tickets are on sale now. With the top portal class and the second-ranked high school class, the Lady Vols are set for a big season ahead. Be in the Food City Center for the action all season long. Secure your seats today at allvols.com.
Hey, Tennessee, what are you looking for in an automobile dealership? How about a no-pressure, friendly staff, a huge selection of pre-owned inventory, which incidentally is why it's been called the intersection of selection for over 20 years. How about one of the largest new car inventories in the entire area? And don't forget, they all come with Rusty Wallace Honda's exclusive 200,000-mile warranty. Or maybe it's service after the sale you want. If that's the case, then get to our award-winning service department. Whatever your reason, don't wait. Get to the intersection of selection. Rusty Wallace Honda, I-75 at Callahan Drive.
Hey, Vol fans, it's Dr. Lewis Reaper with Tennessee Foot and Ankle, and our team is all Vol. We know the pains that come from kicking the TV after a tough loss and the agony that follows until the next win. For any Vol pain that you experience, let us help heal you from the ankles down. Located in Sevierville, Madisonville, and Lenoir City, we'll make it worth the drive knowing you're being treated by true Vol fans who know true Vol pains. Call today at VOL 986-2700 and let's get your Vol pain gone before more settle in this next game day. Tennessee Foot and Ankle.
For the love of the climb, for the love of the fall, for the love of knowing your kids' laughter is the sweetest music there is. For the love of Tennessee. Travel safe. Brought to you by the Tennessee Department of Tourist Development, the Tennessee Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
Progressive Commercial Insurance can protect your small business with over 30 coverage options, an easy-to-use mobile app, personalized discounts, and more. Get a quote in as little as 6 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Discounts and coverage selections not available in all states or situations.
Johnson, I've been hearing about this internet thing. Anything to it?
Yeah, boss. We had Cumulus Digital design and run our website.
Will an internet help our sales?
Already has. Plus, Cumulus Digital helps us rank high on search engines.
Whoa, one thing at a time, Johnson.
CumulusDigital.com.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. Thanks again to Alan Bell for joining us last segment. We are with you until 3 o'clock today, and we invite you to join us, 865-656-9900. Part of our conversation has come back to eligibility. Swain, we talked about Zakai Ziegler's case. Perhaps we're getting close. I asked you, hey, when do we get a resolution here? It's June 5th. The draft is in 20 days. After that, players would try to start signing with teams, with the Summer League set to begin in about 5 weeks. And I would think that Zakai, realistically, is not getting drafted in the 2 rounds, but I would think that he would try to sign with a Summer League team next month. Plus, college teams, they want to know, hey, do we have everybody that's available, or are there going to be more players available in the pool? Teams are working out and getting ready for next year. So maybe tomorrow when a judge hears from the 2 sides, that will get us closer to something being figured out as quickly as possible.
Yeah. I mean, There's a lot of Tennessee fans who are probably conflicted. Like, yeah, we love Zakai, love what he brought to the table, but we want to do his best for college football, college athletics, and we need to keep it at 4 years.
Now, Corey texted in and said Zakai reclassified to come early and was injured at Tennessee. He's a no-brainer for a 5th year. Well, a couple things. They're not going to factor in
the injury because he got hurt at the end of the season.
Right. He played 30 games that season. It's unfortunate that it happened, but that's not a part of his case.
No, it's not. Wasn't even mentioned.
Right. And then when he was the reclassification, that he still played 4 years. So I think he's still the age. Like age-wise, he was 18, I believe, when he arrived. But that's not going to factor in either.
Yeah, he still played.
It's an eligibility question, not how old were you when you got there.
Yeah, correct. So, I mean, hopefully, and I understand why he's doing it. I mean, I would do the same thing.
I don't fault Zakai at all.
Heck yeah, man. I understand completely.
Trying to get a 5th year.
But I understand the other side of it, too. I really do. A point can be made for either side. So, you mentioned earlier, I'll echo what you said. Like, I wouldn't be surprised one way or the other whenever that decision is made.
Now, Evan asks, what do you think about an age limit, which could come into play maybe with collective bargaining? I don't know if that would be a factor there. The NBA has the minimum age. The NFL has the 3 years out of high school rule. Part of the issue with an age limit, I would think, is...
I mean, what if you have somebody that was held back multiple times?
Right. What if you have somebody that goes into the military, goes and plays professional baseball, wants to come back?
Yeah, goes on, a Mormon trip.
So the idea of it makes sense, because I think a lot of times what we're talking about when we talk about 5th, 6th, 7 years, we're talking about 23, 24, 25, a 26-year-old playing college baseball, college basketball, college football. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But in terms of a rule, that could get complicated.
Yeah.
So I understand the point of asking. I wonder about the different issues you could run into, because you still are talking about college athletics, and there are people at different ages that come in. Remember, Kelly Washington came back from baseball. Chris Winkie playing quarterback at Florida State.
Yeah, I mean, I like those exceptions. I mean, because, although the players are older, it's hard to go from playing baseball and then boom, you're just gonna just go play football. You don't get a lot of those cases at all, and you can do it. That doesn't mean you're gonna be necessarily good either.
Right. Yeah, you had a friend you tried to get to Tennessee. Is that right? He ended up elsewhere.
Yeah, my good friend, man, Jay Miller. We were in the same class together. Play AAU basketball coming up in Alabama. He played 3 sports. I played 2. and he was going to go to Stanford out there in California to play football and basketball, and then he was drafted into the MLB or drafted into baseball, and then played minors, but played for a couple different organizations. And then when he wrapped up his playing career, man, he just called me out of nowhere. I was like, man, who? It's a 334 number. What is going on? Because he's from Montgomery, and he's like, hey, man, I want to play college football. Like, I want to be Kelly Washington. And I was like, oh, okay, bet. Let's go. And Dooley was the coach, and I got him on a visit here, and it was the same visit, Derrick Henry. So I'm sitting with the recruits. It's a Florida game. I'm sitting with the recruits because I'm Jay Miller's guest, and Jay stayed with me, stayed the night, came up, stayed the night with me, and that's when I told that story about seeing Derrick Henry. I thought he was somebody's daddy because he had like a tank top.
Whose dad is that?
Yeah, he had on a tank top. He looked like a grown man, but that was the visit that I brought Jay Miller, and let's just say Dooley didn't necessarily handle it the best way, and he left and wound up he was about to go to Georgia, but he wound up going to Alabama when Tennessee had the advantage. But then Jay decided he just wanted to hang him up, and I think he's like I don't know what he's doing now, but he's super successful. But yeah, that's what happened.
Good for him on his athletic success, but you know how frustrating it is to hear, well, he was going to go to Stanford to play football and basketball, but then instead decided to play professional baseball.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, he was special, man. He was a special athlete for sure.
But just shows up to play a little table tennis and just dominates.
That's him. Yeah, he would do it. Mm-hmm. Jay Miller. Jai Miller. That's it.
The other
Look
part of that
up.
story is one of my favorites that you've told. Derrick Henry. Whose dad is that? Nope, that's the recruit.
No, that is Derrick Henry. And
he looks like a grown man, and he plays like one too.
Jay Graham did all he could do to recruit him and did a great job. But at the end of the day, you're recruiting against Nick Saban.
And that's a tough battle. We'll come back. 90 minutes to go. 865-656-9900. So eligibility, off-season college football, ranking updates. We'll get to all of those and get to your calls and texts along the way. Thank you for hanging out with us this afternoon on Josh and Swain.
It's Big Ticket, sponsored by Food City and Certified Angus Beef. You could win season tickets to one of the following: UT football, UT men's basketball, women's basketball, baseball, softball, the Knoxville Smokies, or the Ice Bears. Listen for where we'll be broadcasting. Show up and register to become a finalist. And at the end of the show, you could be one of 3 selected finalists. The grand prize drawing will be held on July 10th at Top Golf on Outlet Drive in Farragut. Complete details on our website at 991thesportsanimal.com. It's Big Tickets, sponsored by Food City and Certified Angus Beef. On your station for Tennessee sports, 99.1 The Sports Animal. Time now for a Sports Animals Sports Minute.
In the NHL Stanley Cup Final, Game 1 last night, Edmonton rallies from a 3-1 deficit to defeat Florida 4-3 in overtime and take a 1-0 lead in the series. Leon Draisaitl with 2 goals for Edmonton, including the game winner late in the first overtime period. Game 2 is tomorrow night in Alberta. The NBA Finals begin tonight as the Thunder host the Pacers for Game 1 in Oklahoma City. The Thunder are looking for their first NBA championship since relocating to Oklahoma City and the franchise's first title since winning the NBA Finals back in 1979. Indiana is looking for its first ever NBA championship and first title of any sort since winning the ABA back in 1973. Tip-off tonight is set for 8:30. Native Design and Hardscape is Knoxville's premier landscaping and hardscape designer. They're ready to turn your home or business outdoor space into reality. Your new outdoor space awaits. Native Design and Hardscape, making backyard dreams come true. Schedule a consultation today at nativetn.com. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Are you needing to buy an engagement ring and you have no idea how to even get started? Take a deep breath. She's going to say yes, but also let's get her the perfect ring at TK Wheeler Jewelers. TK TK Wheeler Jewelers is located on South Illinois Avenue in Oak Ridge. He's right there next to the Outback Steakhouse, and he is there to help soothe all of your worries and make sure you walk out of there with the perfect diamond for your someone special. And their selection is incredible. Diamond Eternity bands, beautiful diamond solitaires in all different cuts. And how about those diamond halo engagement rings where the halo of diamonds around that center stone really makes it pop? And if you have a little bit of Goldilocks syndrome and you can't find exactly what you're looking for, sit down with TK himself and come up with a one-of-a-kind custom engagement ring. I'm telling you, it's more affordable than you think, and it's a one-of-a-kind. When you're shopping for your someone special, shop at TK Wheeler Jewelers.
This has been a paid announcement.
Shop the Sherwin-Williams 4-day super sale and get 40% off paints and stains June 6th through the 9th. With prices starting at $29.39, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your interior or exterior, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only, some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save money on your next full synthetic oil change at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Get a $15 prepaid MasterCard after rebate when you buy 5 quarts of Mobil 1 full synthetic motor oil for just $35.95. We can recommend all the oil change supplies you need. Shop your local O'Reilly Auto Parts store or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Don't let popsicles and muddy puddles of summer take over your home. Call Zero Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Zero Res, they don't use dirt-attracting soap, leaving you a healthy home every time. Take advantage of the summer sale for 15% off all services. That's 15% off carpet, air ducts, area rugs, and more when you mention me, Tyler Ivinson, the Sports Animal, to secure this deal. Or you can book online, ZeroResKnoxville.com. And ask about Zero Res's commercial cleaning, too. Zero Res, all they leave is clean.
I remember when I was a little boy and every day we had fresh milk delivered by our friend Fred. You see, Fred was our milkman and he always had a smile on his face. He went about his business with joy and he served his customers well. He would deliver our milk ice cold in those glass bottles and right to our doorstep. It seems like that good old-fashioned, joyful service is a thing of the past these days. Well, not here at the Bed Store. We believe that when you choose to buy your mattress from us, that we should make your entire experience a great one. When we deliver your bed, we literally roll out a red carpet to make sure that we show your home the utmost respect, and we put little mints on your new pillows. We go over, above, and beyond because you deserve that kind of old-fashioned tuck-you-in service. Right now at the Bed Store, you can get well tucked into any Tempur-Pedic mattress and get up to $300 in free sleep accessories, and we'll deliver that Tempur-Pedic locally for free. Come see us at any one of our 8 convenient area locations today or shop with us at bedstore.com. The Bed Store, well, we'll even tuck you in.
I know there can be a lot of uncertainty involved in planning your financial life. Modern retirement strategies demand an approach that acknowledges the unpredictability of markets, increasing life expectancies, and the ever-changing economic system that surrounds personal finance. Hi, this is Jim Brogan, and at Brogan Financial, we serve our clients in helping them achieve their life goals for retirement and beyond. Visit us online at broganfinancial.com to learn more about how to take control of your financial future.
This report is sponsored by Dairy Queen. Hurry in to DQ for their sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets with flavor from the top, bottom, and everywhere in between. Try them today in Honey Barbecue or New Buffalo, only at DQ. Happy tastes good, only at participating Dairy Queen locations.
All right, get outside while we at least have limited rain chances. More rain and storms on the way for later tomorrow. Today, more of a straight pop-up downpour or storm on a steamy Thursday, high 85, so it feels even warmer, even in the shade. Light breeze out of the west today. Tonight, stuffy, warm low of 69 degrees with spotty rain. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley.
I'm Tennessee head football coach Josh Heupel. Get your Tennessee football coverage where you get insight unlike any other. No one covers the balls like 99.1, the Sports Animal.
Fair, honest sports conversation from two guys that define credibility. Here's Johnson Swain on 99.1, the Sports Animal.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. At Vol sent in this question. So if they go to 5 years to play 5, why would the NCAA do away with a medical red shirt if you get hurt? Right now you can still red shirt and get a medical if you need it. We have to apply for a medical red shirt, right?
Yeah. You don't just get it just because you get it.
If they ultimately go to 5 to play 5,
you can't have a situation where a person can get 6. I think that's too much.
From what I can tell, I do believe the NCAA has been trying to get away from waiver processes because those became so complicated. Yeah. And that was part of the purpose behind the immediate transfer change. Initially, the NCAA changed the rule to being able to transfer once and being able to play right away. But if you transfer a second time, then you just have to sit out. And they weren't going to do the waiver. But that quickly was overturned. The court said, no, you can't do that. They just get to transfer as much as they want. So they almost went down the right path. But there were quarterbacks who were transferring and applying for immediate eligibility, and they were getting it through the waiver process, and it became such a mess. So they really kind of, I guess, traded one mess for another mess.
Well, I got a lot of stuff to worry about anyways. Dealing with a bunch of waivers and stuff like that, I would not think that's something they would want to do moving forward. I mean, trying to you should have your resources allocated towards policing the rules that you have laid forth, and anything else that's taken away from your time, I just think it's a waste of time because there's so many schools trying to get an upper hand. Like you need the resources to be able to make sure the guys are staying in between the lines. So 5 years, play 5, and that includes anything and everything.
Would you prefer 5 to play 5 over 4 years with a 5th redshirt year? Which the current format or a 5 to play 5? Which would you prefer? If you get to choose one or the other, which one do you prefer?
I would say 5 to play 5 because,
to avoid the complications.
Yeah, to avoid complications, avoid NCAA having to spend time with the waiver process. Hey, man, if you get hurt, it sucks. But if you get hurt, we're giving you an extra year. And if you get hurt again, sorry, we can't do anything about that. Like, we gave you a year for injuries, for anything. Anything after a year, we apologize. Like, that's if you make it black and white. So that way you don't have to worry about waivers. You don't have to worry about someone saying, well, I need to apply for an extra year because of emotional distress. 5 years, man. Play 5. All of it's included. Emotional, physical, mental, all of it's included. That's what I would do. And as an athlete, I will be cool with that. And if you don't have any issues and you're lucky enough to play your career without getting hurt after playing 4 years and you want to play a 5th year, then go for it. And if you do a good job of recruiting talented players and you recruit a player that's gone in 3 years, awesome. You'll have an extra spot.
I'm with you. I guess I also lack confidence that this ideal scenario that we're coming up with.
It's too easy, Josh.
I know.
It's too easy.
I know.
That's why you don't have confidence. It's really too easy.
We need to grab the orange dog, take him to these meetings. There'll be a nice aura over the room and allow some common sense to prevail.
Do you think we can get some steak? Go to St. Elmo's on the way to...
in Indianapolis?
I mean, that's what the meetings are, right? That's what they would
I have
be
to
held.
imagine.
You think Peyton will hook us up?
Yeah.
You think Peyton know who we are?
I don't think he'd hook me up. I think VFL wide receiver Jason Swain.
Well, it's Josh and Swain.
That is the name of the show.
Yeah.
Yep.
If I'm coming, that means you coming too.
So if we walk up to the front door and Peyton's there to greet us,
So
and
Peyton
it says,
never walks through the front door.
Come
on, Josh, you know that. It's always the back door. It's Peyton Manning.
He's not just walking in saying hello to the hostess. Table for 4, if you don't mind.
No. He would disrupt everyone's dinner. Everybody be wanting autographs. So, no,
Yeah.
he goes through the back door.
That's you at Dead End Barbecue.
No, I go through the front door. There are times I go through the side door, but the side door is in the front of the building. There's 2 doors in the front. I use either one of the front doors. I don't go through the back.
5 to play 5. That's my anticipation, but when? I don't know. What will happen with Zakai Ziegler's case? No idea. But I would like a resolution.
We just want to know something.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Like
the
hanging
house
in limbo is not where it's at.
The house settlement, how we doing? It's June 5th.
We have zero clue. When this thing's supposed to go live? July 1st, right?
July 1st.
Well,
getting closer.
Cutting it close.
Let's see.
Like, complete something.
25 days. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 weekends in between. Those days don't count. So 17 days.
I just think if you're NCAA, man, you want to complete something. Like you want to have a resolution on just something. And make it make sense. We just helped you out, NCAA.
We did our best to. We'll continue 865-656-9900. If you would like to join us, if you would like to help us help the NCAA, right here on Josh and Swain.
Diversified enclosures and screen. Bring the outside in. Our screen rooms and sunrooms are custom designed, manufactured and installed by us. For screen doors, handrails, and motorized screens, we are the team you can trust. Beauty that's designed to last. We're clean and we're in and out fast. Diversified enclosures and screen. Sunscreen.com.
Wait, if I work today, why should I have to wait 2 weeks to get my money? With Earnin, you can access your pay as you work instead of waiting days and weeks for a paycheck. Get up to $150 a day with a max of $750 between paydays. No interest, no credit checks, and no mandatory fees. Because, hey, it's your money. Download the Earnin app now to get it and join millions of people making any day payday. That's EARNIN. Earnin is not a bank. Access limits are based on your earnings and risk factors. Available in select states. Expedited transfers available for a fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Visit earnin.com for full details.
Get excited for Sports Fest, brought to you by Visit My Smokies. Enjoy a day filled with fun, sports, and community, all for free. This event is also powered by our auto sponsor, Ted Russell Ford Lincoln, supporting local spirit and energy. Bring your friends and family for a day of excitement, competition, and unforgettable memories. Mark your calendar. Sports Fest is free, fun, and waiting for you June 28th at the Knoxville Expo Center. Visit sportsfestknoxville.com.
Men, you are under siege. From the minute you hit adulthood, stress, bad sleep, junk food, screens, pressure, it all chips away at your stamina, your energy, and yeah, your confidence. And no one tells you the benefit of screening early when you're younger. Research has found that maintaining optimal health prevents severe men's health issues later in life. At Men's Pro Knoxville, we fight for you, the tired dad, the high performer running on fumes, the relationship lovers, the gym grinders, the man whom online pills have failed. This is for every man, young and old. Forget pills from apps or emails. You need a real medical provider, a clinic that'll fight like hell to get you back in the saddle. Guys, the future is local. Real clinics, real specialists. Results in minutes, not days. Men's Pro Knoxville's friendly staff is on standby. Call right now, 865-544-8220, or go to menspronknoxville.com. That's 865-544-8220, or go to menspronknoxville.com. Men's Pro Knoxville, making it happen.
Don't let popsicles and muddy puddles of summer take over your home. Call Zero Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Zero Res, they don't use dirt-attracting soap, leaving you a healthy home every time. Take advantage of the summer sale for 15% off all services. That's 15% off carpet, air ducts, area rugs, and more when you mention me, Tyler Ivinson, the Sports Animal, to secure this deal, or you can book online, ZeroResKnoxville.com. And ask about Zero Res's commercial cleaning, too. Zero Res, all they leave is clean.
At Average Al's Furniture Warehouse, our sofas have cushions, our tables have 4 legs, our recliners recline. So come on by for a perfectly average experience.
Cumulus Digital doesn't stop at average. We work with more than 4,000 local businesses every month, delivering campaigns that beat industry averages by over 25%, driving real, measurable growth. You're not average. Your results shouldn't be either. Visit cumulusdigital.com to start outperforming today.
What if you could get a 365 days comfort guarantee to adjust the firmness or softness of your mattress? What if you could get a two-sided flippable mattress at factory direct pricing? What if it came with a warranty of up to 20 years? What if you could watch your mattress being handmade right here in the Knoxville factory? You can at Brothers Bedding Mattress Factory. Brothers Bedding understands what it means to be local, high quality, excellent service, and a name you can trust for over 85 years. BrothersBedding.com.
This is Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. 865-656-9900. Richard and Maryville, do you really blame Derrick Henry for not wanting to play for Derek Dooley?
No, I mean, he wanted to play for Jay Graham.
Mm-hmm.
And Jay Graham was the reason why Tennessee was even in it that long and got that close. But, yeah, he loved Jay Graham.
But Tennessee football at the time was not in the best position. And Alabama was.
Pretty much.
For the most part. Richard also added, by the way, congrats on the achievement yesterday. I get tired driving 40 miles, and I can totally relate to that as well. Cool update here, Swain. So we have the virtual food drive. It's still live for Second Harvest Food Bank, and we have passed the $20,000 mark. How about that?
Hey!
So more than $20,000. You run the numbers. $1 can equal 3 meals with the buying power and resources they have at Second Harvest. So that is 60,000 meals provided to people in need in East Tennessee. Josh40.com if you would like to support that drive. We'll keep it open. So the virtual food drive, you can donate online. You can buy specific food items or make a general donation. But now over $20,000 in donations. That's incredible. So thanks to everybody that has donated and offered support.
How about that?
That's pretty cool.
How about that? 25,000?
What's that?
25,000?
Well, we hit 20. Why not go for 25?
I mean, it was 15 when I checked this morning.
Yeah. Yes, we made a nice little move.
That's wow.
It's pretty incredible.
That is, man. It's not gonna stop. It'll be at 25,000 by the end of the day.
It's a reminder of how many people out there want to help other people. We get reminders. Sometimes we have to remind ourselves because we can get caught up in the negativity and stuff that can frustrate us. And sometimes we probably do. Sometimes we seek it out, whether we do it intentionally or not. But we should seek out the good as well, and that's a reminder of all the good out there.
There it is. A whole lot of good right there. A lot of people doing simple things, and hey, man, it's challenging when you think about the cost going up with certain items, and folks are still giving their hard-earned money because they believe in the power of feeding young people so they can be the best that they can be in the schools or in the summer. And so
this food drive helps support the Food for Kids program at Second Harvest.
And that's what makes it even more impressive, like the fact that there's so many food costs going up and it's harder on everybody, and people are still donating and still breaking records.
Yep. So that means a lot. Josh40.com is the URL if you'd like to go online, josh40.com for the virtual food drive for the 40 for 40 efforts. 865-656-9900 if you would like to be a part of the show. Speaking of ongoing conversations, Swain, there's the 5 for 5, there's the eligibility conversation, there's the House settlement, there is the playoff expansion. Ryan Day's opinion is that the Big Ten.
We don't want to hear what he got to say.
The Big Ten should have 4 automatic qualifying spots.
Of course he's going to say that.
We're in the Big Ten. We have 18 teams and some of the best programs in the country. I feel like we deserve at least 4 automatic qualifiers.
Of course.
I don't even know if I necessarily disagree. I do find the idea of we deserve 4 automatic, because a lot of people would say you deserve what you earn.
Yeah, you deserve. Deserve and automatic don't belong in the same sentence.
Right.
To me. Unless, you do something that invades, somebody's personal space, then, you deserve an automatic beat down. But, deserve and automatic don't belong in the same sentence to me. You deserve what you get.
Right.
And what you get is not always automatic. It depends on what you do. So, yeah, I don't think those two words belong in the same sentence, man. It's as much as I understand 18 teams, what if there's a down year where y'all just not that good? The league is just not that good. We've seen SEC basketball this year be the best ever, but that's not every year. There's going to be down years. You deserve 4 no matter what?
Yeah, I would phrase it as we deserve however many we can earn. And if we get 7 of the top 16, then we deserve 7 spots. If we get 3 in the top 16, then we deserve 3 that year.
It's not going to be the same every year.
Right.
So, but they're going to listen to Ron Day because, he didn't win a championship now, so they're going to listen to him.
He does have a bigger voice as a national title winner.
That's right.
There aren't many in the sport.
There's not. You got Dabo. You got Ron Day. You got Kirby Smart.
And we're done.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Is that how wild?
That's crazy.
Now, Nick Saban obviously had a bunch.
Yep. And then Mac Brown was
But his was from 20 years ago.
But he still had one.
He still had one.
Yeah. He still had one.
Harbaugh got one and then went back to the NFL.
Yep. Wow. Somebody new. Hopefully, it's Josh Heupel, but I think the odds kind of point towards LSU's coach and Oregon's coach and Penn State's coach. Some of those guys. As long as it's not Kirby, I'm good. I'm tired of Kirby winning. He's won enough.
Kirby's got 2.
He's won enough.
Dabo has 2.
Dabo's not going to win anyways. He's not a threat.
A lot of people like the Tigers this year.
To win the championship?
To contend for it.
They contended last year. They were in the playoffs, Josh.
Was that true contention?
They were in the playoffs. Every team that's from a Power 4 conference contended, didn't they not? You could make the case you didn't maybe you didn't know by watching the games.
Yeah,
you didn't know if they were really contending with how they played in certain games, but they're still in the playoffs.
Okay,
you allow it.
I'll allow it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I think that deserves the status of contender if you're in the playoff.
Yeah.
Some just contender.
Serious contender?
Serious contender is different from contender.
Yeah,
yep.
I don't know about that. So this year they may be a serious contender, but still, I'm not taking Clemson to win a championship. I think those days are over for Dabo.
We'll come back. We have 1 hour to go here on Josh and Swain.
The big dog of heating and cooling is now looking for more techs to join the pack. Chancey Reynolds is now hiring HVAC duct mechanics and technicians, providing a great benefits package, paid vacation and holidays. These are full-time positions for those who want a career, not just a job. Chancey & Reynolds, in business for more than 40 years, is a York Heating and Air Specialty company. Apply in person at 614 Van Street or call 865-525-5076.
The big dog of heating and cooling. The big dog. Chancey & Reynolds.
Fellas, if you feel like the energy is just not there, it could be because low testosterone levels are draining your energy. And the answer is TRT with Low T Center. They have been helping change patients' lives for over 15 years, and they know exactly what guys need. And all treatments start with a thorough in-person consultation. They make it easy for you to get started with the quality of care that you deserve. You can take power of your health and control of your health with white glove medical care inside of the center there at Low T Center, or professionally monitored custom dosing for home treatments, giving you the convenience that you want and deserve. If you're looking to drop some LBs, fellas, Low T Center has got you covered there too with prescription weight loss. And when you start, you can receive a free B12 shot on the same day. Most major insurances are accepted, so you have no excuse, and the offer is limited. So go right now to fixmylowt.com to book your appointment online. That's fixmylowt.com.
This has been a paid announcement.
LCUB Electric customers, you now have a new choice for fiber internet service. Ditch your global internet company and make the switch like I did. Eric Ainge here. LCUB Fiber Internet has 1 gig speed starting at $69.99 a month, including Wi-Fi, so it's fast. No contracts or hidden fees, no data limits or installation fees. All from the utility provider you know and trust, LCUB. Fast, reliable, affordable, and local. Check availability and sign up now at lcub.com.
Today, we're on a quest for the ever-elusive local business. However, our search is difficult as big-name national companies overshadow their smaller competitors. If only these local businesses knew about Cumulus Boost. Cumulus Boost can increase their online presence in ways that go beyond basic SEO. Aha! A mom-and-pop shop victory. Get found by more customers with Cumulus Boost at cumulusboost.com. That's CUMULUS Boost.com.
The minute folks step into Dollywood, I want them to feel the wonder of my Smoky Mountains and to fill their hearts with all the good and beautiful things in this big old world, and to cherish all the little moments they get to be together.
Enjoy thrilling rides, award-winning entertainment, and delicious new seasonal flavors. Plan your visit at Dollywood.com.
Dollywood. Love every moment.
His Security Technology, your one-stop shop for all your security and technology needs. We offer state-of-the-art security systems to protect your home or business, as well as cutting-edge technology solutions to enhance your daily life. Our team of experts is dedicated to providing top-quality service and support. Contact His Security Technology today to learn more about how we can help you stay protected and connected. 865-474-9495 or visit hissecurity.com. In God we trust, all others we monitor.
When you're preparing for your presentation, what you say matters. Your delivery matters. The quality matters. Your image matters. So trust Image Matters, Knoxville's most respected office technology dealer to create the image you want. Image Matters is locally owned and operated, offering total document output solutions to fit both your needs and budget. From multifunction printers to production printing, backed by customer service that's second to none. To learn how Image Matters can help you, visit ImageMattersInc.com or call 865-212-3600. Technology you need, people you trust.
Listen for details on Big Ticket. Brought to you by Food City and Certified Angus Beef on WNML AM Knoxville, WNML FM Friendsville, a Cumulus media station, 99.1, the sports animal.
This is Andrew Perloff with a Sportsman and sponsored by Dylan Scott's album Easy Does It, available now. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander has been described as an MVP hiding in plain sight. The Thunder Star has had an unusual journey to the top. He's from Hamilton, Ontario. He didn't do that much at Kentucky, and he fell to number 11 in the draft. He hasn't really done much in the playoffs until this season, and his style is more workmanlike than spectacular. But he is the best player in the league right now. If Gilgeous-Alexander wins a title, he'll be impossible to ignore. I'm Andrew Perloff.
What he'll never have. The smash hit from Dylan Scott appears on a brand new album, Easy Does It. The album also features the #1 song, This Town's Been Too Good to Us. And Till I Can, I Will.
I'll do whatever it takes. Yeah, believe me when I say till I can, I will.
Dylan Scott. Search, follow, and listen now on all music streaming services. Sponsored by Curb Records.
Craftsman Days are here at Lowe's with big savings on the tools you need. Right now, get a free select tool when you buy the Craftsman V20 2-pack battery kit. Whether it's the backyard, the bathroom, or beyond, Craftsman has the tools to help you power through and get the project done right. Because DIYing is unpredictable, but your tools shouldn't be. Shop Craftsman at Lowe's today. Valid through 6/18 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Zero Res carpet cleaning's the right way to clean. ZeroResKnoxville.com.
Welcome into hour number 3 of Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us today. You can always go back and listen to any show, anytime, any conversation we have. Search Josh and Swain wherever you get your podcasts. And you can listen on demand thanks to Beatty Chevrolet. Jason Swain is here, VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver. I'm Josh Ward. We have an hour to go, and we'll invite you to be a part of the show, as we always do, at 865-656-9900. Swain, I saw this update from Rocky Top Insider, relaying some points made about Tennessee basketball. And this came from the Field of 68 and a conversation that was taking place with Rob Dolster and Jeff Goodman. And they were talking about the top 10 losers of the offseason, and Rob included Tennessee on his list at number 7. I would be surprised to find Tennessee on a list of losers from the offseason in basketball. Jeff Goodman seemed to be as well. He said, I don't like that. That's a bad take. They got one of the best transfers in the portal in Jacoby Gillespie, one of the best freshmen in the country in Nate Ament. Cade Phillips is going to move into a bigger role. He's tough, hard-nosed. And they have a Rick Barnes-type player with Felix Okpara, who had a pretty good year last year. Now, there is context that has to be included as well, because Rob Dolster, with Tennessee being on his losers list, he said part of it is because of the expectations he now has for the program. He said, I want to put this into context. I think Tennessee is a top 20, top 25 type of team. They're going to be in the tournament. There's a good chance they end up being a 4 or 5 seed. I could see them in the Sweet 16. My expectation for Tennessee at this point, based on what Rick Barnes has done the last 5 years, is they should be in the conversation for top 10. They should be at some point in the season ranked in the top 5. We should have them as a potential SEC title contender, and I don't think they are that. That's why I wanted to highlight them. I think Tennessee is going to be good. My expectation for them is that they're going to be one of the best teams in the country, and I don't think they're going to be that with the roster they put together.
They signed Nate Ament, the second best player in the nation. You have returning players on the front line coming back. One was going to be a starter, but he got hurt. You have one of the best point guard transfers in the country in Jacoby Gillespie. I mean, help me understand why Tennessee is a loser. Like, I understand if you feel like Tennessee is going to be a 4 or 5 seed, but like, I would understand that point even if Tennessee didn't bring in Nate Ament. But when you go out and sign him along with the class that you brought in, how do you call them a loser?
Well, it feels to kind of force the classification as well, because if he has them as a top 20 team, there's not a great difference in being a top, like being number 10 and being number 18 through 20. There's not a great difference in what those two teams are. By the end of the season, you could say that. But in preseason, a lot of these teams look very comparable. So I have a hard time calling Tennessee an offseason loser. I like what they did. I like the Jalen Carey addition.
Yeah, because you're adding a piece that you don't have.
Right.
And that's what should be considered when you're talking about the offseason moves with a team is, okay, this team has this in place, and they did a good job of pinpointing what they don't have and bringing that skill set into their program. like, you should get points for that. It's like, hey, we have players that can drive the basketball. We got players that can get to the cup. But we need spot-up shooters. This team went out and did that. You should get points for that. Or, hey, we got a bunch of guys who can bang in the post. We need a stretch four. If your team goes out and gets that, shouldn't you get points for that, for addressing needs? I thought Tennessee did that with getting Jalen Carey. Maybe he doesn't think Jalen Carey is good enough. Okay, cool, whatever. But when you add a piece to a puzzle, it's to complete the puzzle. It's to be able to have different lineups depending on the opponent and what lineups they have to have an advantage with the matchups. So Tennessee, just like Rick Barnes has done every offseason, he's addressed weaknesses from the year before. And from the year before, in the last couple of seasons, they've been deep tournament teams. They may not be a deep tournament team this year, but, like, I don't know if I thought they would be a deep tournament team with the injury to Estrella and to the departure of what's my man name? I forgot him already. With the Baylor. I'm looking at his face.
Oh, Mr. Cam Carr.
Yeah, Cam Carr. Like, when those two guys left and Tennessee was in some trouble from a depth standpoint, like, it was at one point kind of impressive that Tennessee was in the position that they were in with all those players missing.
Yep. Yeah, depth was a big concern last year. It is a strength heading into the upcoming season. Yeah, so I thought it was it the best offseason among all teams? I wouldn't say that.
No, but I wouldn't put him in a loser.
I would not put them in the losers category. So that was one person's opinion. His co-host disagreed, by the way, Jeff Goodman.
Yeah.
There at Field of 68. But one thing that you would even take as a positive with Tennessee being on the losers list is because he views Tennessee as an elite program. That is still a positive takeaway from it, that his reasoning was because he views Tennessee as a top 5 to top 10 team.
Yeah, well, he's right. He's right about that point. I ain't saying
because
the whole point was wrong.
Isn't that something fans have wanted for so long, for Tennessee to be considered among, to be viewed among the either blue blood level or just the programs where you say their name, you're like, that's a big-time basketball program. Rick Barnes has taken Tennessee to the big-time basketball program conversation.
We're not going to see the day where Tennessee is going to be considered a blue blood. That takes
I don't think there are spots open.
Yeah, it takes decades to do that. It takes a long time. But what we are seeing is Tennessee being considered as one of the top basketball programs in the country. And you don't have to win 3, 4, 5 championships to achieve that. Mm-hmm. You could do that in a matter of 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and that's what Rick Barnes has done here at Tennessee.
Yeah, Gonzaga's still trying to get it done, and that's viewed as a big-time basketball program. At a different kind of level, but Gonzaga broke through and is respected big time as a basketball program. Rick Barnes now entering his 11th season. You believe that? He has elevated Tennessee to big-time status. You get a player like Nate Ament to come in, that can help certify you as a big-time program. Duke or Tennessee?
It should, yeah.
He chose Tennessee. We'll come back. 45 minutes. Thanks for choosing us to hang out with today. 865-656-9900 to connect. We're with you until 3 o'clock this afternoon. Sitting next to VFL and former Tennessee wide receiver Jason Swain. I'm Josh Ward. We continue on Josh and Swain.
It's Big Ticket, sponsored by Food City and Certified Angus Beef. You could win season tickets to one of the following: UT football, UT men's basketball, women's basketball, baseball, softball, the Knoxville Smokies, or the Ice Bears. Listen for where we'll be broadcasting. Show up and register to become a finalist. And at the end of the show, you could be one of 3 selected finalists. The grand prize drawing will be held on July 10th at Top Golf on Outlet Drive in Farragut. Complete details on our website at 991thesportsanimal.com. It's Big Tickets, sponsored by Food City and Certified Angus Beef. On your your station for Tennessee sports. 99.1, the Sports Animal.
Hey, gosh, I want to tell you about Ted Russell Ford, locally owned and operated, and they have a great opportunity for you right now. You can take advantage of employee pricing. You pay what Ted Russell Ford pays. That's going on through July 7th. Take advantage this month. Right now, they have the Super Summer Sales Event. It's at your super dealer, Ted Russell Ford, locations Parkside Drive and Kingston Pike, and they have great deals. Some examples of what you can take advantage of right now. $3,000 retail customer cash on a 2024 Ford Expedition. If you are in need of a large SUV, you need a big family SUV, you can save right now on a Ford Expedition at Ted Russell Ford. You can take advantage of great financing opportunities on 2024 Ford Super Duty XLs, as well as a 2024 Ford F-150 XLT with rates as low as 3.9% APR for 72 months, plus $1,750 in retail bonus cash, and you can take advantage of that right now at Ted Russell Ford. Many other great offers to check out. Check them out on Parkside Drive, Kingston Pike, or online at tedrussellford.net.
This has been a paid announcement.
You enjoy the thrill of gambling, but what happens when it becomes a problem? Whether you want to cut back or quit gambling altogether, the Gambling Clinic has been helping people change their gambling for over 2 decades. We're here to help, not to judge. The Gambling Clinic is a Tennessee-based clinic offering in-person and telehealth support to help people win back their life. Visit us at thegamblingclinic.com. This project is funded by the Tennessee Department of Mental Health and Substance Abuse Services. Brought to you by the Gambling Clinic, the Tennessee Association of Broadcasters, and this station.
Hello, Knoxville. This is Mitchell Parton with Fraser's Carpet One. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, ceramic, or anything else for the floor, Fraser's Carpet One makes it easy. With free in-home estimates and free in-home shopping, Fraser's makes it easy. With no money down and free financing for an entire year, Fraser's makes it easy. And as a fourth-generation family-owned business, you don't stay in business for 65 years unless you make it easy. So give us a call today at 546-4850 and let us come to you with free in-home estimates and free in-home shopping. Let us show you how easy it can be to transform one room or an entire home with beautiful, new, professionally installed flooring from Fraser's Carpet One.
Matlock Tire has a reputation for being a little bit old school. They're proud to be known for their outstanding hometown customer service. They've been doing things that way for over 60 years. Matlock now offers new modern conveniences, such as family-friendly waiting areas, online appointment scheduling, and you can even shop for tires and see their current stock right from your computer or smartphone. They invite you to stop in to one of their convenient 5 locations or come see them online at MatlockTireService.com. Modern convenience, hometown service, Matlock Tire Service and Auto Repair.
Matlock Tire.
Hi, I'm Pat with ProSource Home Buyers, and I buy houses cash. If you have a house and you want to sell it fast at a fair price, call me, 865-500-3711. I pay cash and close as quickly as you'd like. I buy houses in any condition, any price range, and any location. I buy several houses per month and I want to buy more. I buy inherited houses, divorced houses, behind on payment houses. I even buy my tenant will pay me the rent houses. Do you have a house that's in rough shape and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, because I love buying those houses. I buy vacant houses, abandoned houses, condemned houses, and even foreclosure houses. If you have a house and you want to sell it fast, call me, 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711. That's 865-500-3711.
In a flash, sell your house for cash. ProSource Home Buyers.
Free on the radio. Free on the app. Free on our website. You can hear 99.1 The Sports Animal free anytime, anywhere.
The hottest sports stories of the day, broken down to their very core with honest, informed opinions. Here's Josh and Swain on The Sports Animal.
We're back on Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us. What's Joey Chestnut done now? What was the latest that he did?
200 boneless wings, aka oversized chicken nuggets.
Well, by the way, quick interjection. You said that with a negative tone. I like chicken nuggets.
I like chicken nuggets too.
So if they're oversized, that means you get more chicken nuggets, right? That's a good thing.
I'm here to report the facts, Josh.
Okay. I you know what? I interrupted. I apologize.
Yeah, I'm just here to report the facts.
Okay. Continue reporting. New media member Jason Swain.
Yeah, man, he ate
200?
237 minutes and 42 seconds. I'm not surprised. I saw what he did in Knoxville
with
during the bologna eating competition. So he's not human, man. He's not human. But yeah, the chicken nuggets, man. Not boneless.
Yep, 200 boneless wings in under 38 minutes.
That's unbelievable.
Yep, he is the GOAT.
We need to bring him in for the Wing Festival.
That's not a bad idea.
See what he can do.
Get him here Labor Day weekend. He's got to love Knoxville now, right? He's back-to-back champ.
Second home for him.
With the ultimate bologna showdown.
If you want some good wings, that's the place to be right there. Different wings. I'm prepared, man. I'm prepared this year. I was prepared last year, but I didn't have the wing tray. I got the wing tray during the event. Now I'll have the wing tray for the event. There's a difference.
Okay.
I'm ready. Unless I haven't seen it recently, so hopefully no one in my house threw it away.
But like with anything, it's about prep.
It's all about prep.
It's about prep, the right mindset, and focus and dedication.
It's all about that.
It applies to many different categories.
Well, that's why you was able to run 40 miles yesterday before 2:30 is because you were prepared. Honestly, for this, I think you're selling yourself short. You didn't run 40 miles for Second Harvest Food Bank. In preparation to run 40 miles, you probably ran about 50. So in total, you probably ran about 100 miles in the month of May to prepare yourself to run 40 miles June the 4th.
That's probably about right. The longest run I did.
I know, Josh. I'm here to report the facts. I just told you that.
Why? Don't tell me what I already know.
It's what I do.
I said I'm the one.
It's what we do, Josh.
I did a couple of 15-mile runs. I did a 15 and 12 in back-to-back days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Now, somebody messaged earlier, because yesterday I did a 40-mile run.
Mm-hmm.
One of the questions I was asked leading up to yesterday was, well, over how many days are you doing this 40-mile run? It was a one-day event, so I did 40 yesterday. But somebody messaged earlier and said, talk to me when you run 80 in a day.
Why?
We're not going to be talking for a while because that's not in the cards anytime soon.
80 in a day? Who's doing that?
Well, some people. There are 100-mile ultra marathons out there. You can find the 100+, the 250s, but I'm not at that level.
Who is that person to say you can only talk to me when you've run 80 miles in a day? Did that person run 80 miles in a day?
They better have.
You better. To say something like that.
You better, yeah.
The only thing you need to be saying is, congratulations, Josh. Job well done. Not, you better talk to me when you run 80. I know the person was just joking, but I'm just saying.
Yep. It was my Strava app debut. I think I said that to you yesterday. So my Strava app debut, it told me I hit all these personal achievements. Well, yeah, I'm not going to be beating them anytime
soon. First day, yeah, right?
I would like to think so. Yeah. So, you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and now Josh and Swain is represented on Strava. How about that?
48 miles and a half Josh and Swain did yesterday.
You were out there. You and Nate for logging some miles too.
Yeah, I did a little bit after the show, but I tried to get to 10. It just didn't happen. Want to go see the Smokies play. yesterday. By the time I got done.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, by the time I got done, it was time to shut it down.
It was hot out there.
Very much so.
It was a scorcher, and by the way, we have a few more months of those coming up. I don't
yeah.
think we're going backwards anytime soon. But thanks to everybody who helped out yesterday. Thanks to everybody who has continued to support. The virtual food drive remains live. Yesterday I ran 40 miles in support of Second Harvest, and the virtual food drive is at josh40.com, JOSH40.com. Couple minutes to go in this segment. Right now, we hand out today's Attaboy.
I just wanted to come by and congratulate you on the great work you've been doing.
I like your style. You remind me of a young me.
Failure is not an option.
That boy good.
Always remind yourself, nobody built like you. You design yourself.
Attaboy. So, Swain, when we see these type stories, we try to make sure people know about them because we talk about NIL, we talk about athletes getting paid, and a lot of times, again, negative stories can come out of that too. So when we find stories of athletes who are using NIL opportunities to help other people, that is worth highlighting, I think. And one of those stories that I saw today from The Athletic has to do with Bear McQuarter. He is a 4-star offensive lineman who's committed to Michigan. And part of the story now we hear about athletes at the high school level. They can start to make money. So Bear McQuarter is someone who has started the Brother Bear Foundation, and this is what he told The Athletic. Every child deserves a home. He is using his NIL money to promote adoption. With his story and the opportunities that he was able to find in life, he wants to use the NIL opportunities that he has to give back. So with his family's background, he has started up the Brother Bear Foundation because every child deserves a family. And he tweeted this out, so to share his own words with you. As some may know, I'm the proud big brother of 2 adopted sisters. I couldn't imagine life without them. With all the support I've received and the NIL opportunities I've been blessed with, I felt God has given me a platform to serve others. We've taken the first steps to create a nonprofit foundation that will enable us to financially help families so they too can adopt. There are a lot of great people helping me. I continue to focus on school and ball, and because there is a lot of stuff I don't know, but if I can help put kids in forever homes, count me in.
Man, that's beautiful.
I think that's great.
That's beautiful. I don't see anybody at Ohio State doing that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, man.
So
that's beautiful.
Very deserving. Bear McQuarter, it's the Brother Bear Foundation because every child deserves a family. This is a 17-year-old with NIL opportunities, and he said, you know what, I can take this NIL opportunity and create opportunities.
That's a leader
for kids in the future.
Yeah, that's a leader right there.
Yep, that's remarkable. So we hand out an attaboy today to Bear McQuarter. He is an offensive line commit to Michigan, and we hand out attaboys and attagirls every day thanks to Native Design, your local custom pool and hardscape specialist. For 20 years, Native Design has transformed outdoor spaces into breathtaking retreats where families gather, friends connect, and memories are made. Native Design turns ordinary yards into exceptional escapes. You can call Native Design at 865-310-3256 or visit their website, nativetn.com. We'll jab at Ohio State.
Nah, man, it was on T. Just kidding. You know how they compete at everything.
You know what? I'm sure Bear appreciates that, actually.
Yeah, they compete at anything and everything, so why not?
Why not? It's the beauty of the sport.
Yeah, man.
The beauty of the sport, beauty of the story with the Brother Bear Foundation. We'll come back. We have 30 minutes to go. We appreciate you hanging out with us today. We're with you until 3 o'clock. Stay with us right here on Josh and Swain.
Big Tickets, sponsored by Food City and Certified Angus Beef. Complete details are available at 991thesportsanimal.com. It's the biggest ticket giveaway ever on 99.1 The Sports Animal. Time now for a Sports Animals Sports Minute.
In the NHL Stanley Cup Final, Game 1 last night, Edmonton rallies from a 3-1 deficit to defeat Florida 4-3 in overtime and take a 1-0 lead in the series. Leon Draisaitl with 2 goals for Edmonton, including the game winner late in the first overtime period. Game 2 is tomorrow night in Alberta. The NBA Finals begin tonight as the Thunder host the Pacers for Game 1 in Oklahoma City. The Thunder are looking for their first NBA championship since relocating to Oklahoma City and the franchise's first title since winning the NBA Finals back in 1979. Indiana is looking for its first ever NBA championship and first title of any sort since winning the ABA back in 1973. Tip-off tonight is set for 8:30. Native Design and Hardscape is Knoxville's premier landscaping and hardscape designer. They're ready to turn your home or business outdoor space into reality. Your new outdoor space awaits. Native Design and Hardscape, making backyard dreams come true. Schedule a consultation today at nativetn.com. I'm Joel Silverberg.
Do you have 3 ex-wives and your current trophy wife wants a life insurance policy 3 times the size of the policies you had to purchase for your previous mistakes? If so, you need to call Big Lou at Term Provider, 800-555-2085. Big Lou is intimately familiar with your problems, and if you're 50 or 60 years old and in reasonably good health, a $1 million policy should only cost about $100 to $200 per month. Big Lou may have a solution for your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-555-2085. That's 800-555-2085. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with, call Big Lou at 800-555-2085.
Don't let popsicles and muddy puddles of summer take over your home. Call Zero Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Zero Res, they don't use dirt-attracting soap, leaving you a healthy home every time. Take advantage of the summer sale for 15% off all services. That's 15% off carpet, air ducts, area rugs, and more when you mention me, Tyler Ivinson, the Sports Animal, to secure this deal. Or you can book online, ZeroResKnoxville.com. And ask about Zero Res's commercial cleaning, too. Zero Res, all they leave is clean.
Thank you for calling Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. How can I make you smile today?
Yeah, I'm having problems with my drain.
I'm sorry to hear that. What's the problem?
My toilet won't flush, my sink smells terrible, and my shower has standing water.
No worries, we can help you with that. If you keep struggling with toilets that won't flush, standing water after you shower, or smelly sinks, then you may have a drain blockage or clogged sewer line. Pipe Wrench can get your drains flowing again in no time with our $99 drain cleaning offer, and if we can't open your drain, the visit is free. You can also get a free camera inspection of your sewer line to help us easily pinpoint the source of the clog and suggest the fastest and most affordable solution. When we identify the problem, we provide the best option, ranging from drain cabling, hydrojetting, spot repair, or even sewer line replacement if needed. So don't ignore the signs of a clogged drain or sewer line before it turns into a costly problem. Call the plumbing experts at Pipe Wrench today at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com.
Rogue SWOO 8064, lease price $36,399, save thousands, BN 405331, number 1 dealer based on 2024 Nissan RDR report.
You're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan.
Hey, East Tennessee, Scott Gropp for your number 1 volume Nissan dealer in East Tennessee, Oak Ridge Nissan. And after a Mondo May, it's time for our sizzling summer sale with deals like this. Get into a new Nissan Rogue for $279 a month. Or how about 0% financing for 60 full months? And remember, if you've got a trade, you've got it made. Trade values are off the charts. Get up to $8,000 over Kelly Blue Book so we can pay it off no matter what you owe. Woo! Now that's hot. So why does everybody make that 10-minute drive? It's simple. At Oak Ridge Nissan, you get more for your trade-in and pay less for your new Nissan and save thousands of dollars. It's no wonder Oak Ridge Nissan is smoking the competition like a Havana. That's why
you're gonna drive to Oak Ridge Nissan.
You run a great local business. Unfortunately, it's buried on page 15 when people search for your service online. Thankfully, there's Cumulus Boost. Cumulus Boost helps your business increase your online presence. Don't get overshadowed by large corporations when your neighbors need your business the most. You work too hard to go unnoticed. Get a boost with Cumulus Boost today at cumulusboost.com. That's CUMULUS boost.com.
This report is sponsored by WhatsApp.
On WhatsApp, your personal messages stay private. So things like those selfies from last weekend's party stay between you and your bestie. Because on WhatsApp, your personal messages are yours. No one else can see or hear them, not even us. WhatsApp. Message privately with everyone.
A stray shower or storm is possible. With a mix of sun and clouds, it is a steamy one today. High 85 and a light breeze. Stray rain throughout the overnight tonight and very stuffy. Warm low of 69 degrees. Then tomorrow we increase from spotty to scattered storms. A batch on the way for tomorrow evening. From the WVLT First Alert Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Heather Haley.
Welcome back into Josh and Swain. Thank you for being with us today. We are very excited to be with you. We have a half hour to go on the show, and then at 3 o'clock on the sports animal side, Tyler and Will take over. We also continue on AM 640, the sports monster in the Tri-Cities area, and I imagine some listeners in the Tri-Cities area are looking forward to this weekend as well. It's NHRA Thunder Valley Nationals time at Bristol. This is a huge weekend every year, and very excited in studio to have Matt Hagan with us.
Hey, thanks for having me on the show, man.
Champ. How are you?
Yeah, doing great, man. I tell you, it's great to be down here. Great to be down here early promoting this race. What an amazing event, man. Like, everybody asks you all the time, and it's like, what's your most favorite, memorable event that you ever won at? And it has to be Bristol for me. I mean, it's a home track. And, I've won Indy before, and Indy's supposed to be our biggest race of the year. Obviously it's drug out for a whole week, and everyone wants to win Indy, but I got to win Bristol. I've won Indy before too, but I've got to win Bristol, and it was on Father's Day. It felt like that time of the year, and my kids were there, and, my dad was there, and I sobbed like a little girl, man. Like it was just so emotional, and so it's like it left such a great memory in me that like Bristol will be, just kind of like burned in my memory forever, So it's we love getting back here. Had so many folks, as young and coming up and going through the sport, kind of come out and support and root, and now there's a lot of Matt Hagan T-shirts floating around there, man.
Yeah, it's you mentioned pretty local connection in terms of where you're from in Virginia and Bristol right down the road. What about Bristol? What do you, when you pull up and you see Bristol, what do you think? And then you get out there and you race.
Well, the Smiths, they do such a great job with the facility. I mean, everything's top notch, and that Smith family, there's nothing left unturned and nothing left undone. And the facility that we're racing at is just top notch. Cut out of a mountain, man. So these things are 12,000 horsepower, 80,000 foot-pounds of torque, and over 330 miles an hour. So you can imagine when you put it down in the valley like that, how loud these things are. So seismologists came out, and it's a 2.3 on the Richter scale. So it's like I can sit here and tell you how loud and fast and cool it is, but that shockwave, even in the top of the grandstands, it hits your body, and it shakes every organ in your body. So after you come to a race, after you come to an event, I think once you watch it on TV, you get a little bit different respect for it, a different feel. But it's just something that's just so cool, And so every ticket is a pit pass, right? Like, so, my boss, Tony Stewart, to used to get to see him run, you would have to know somebody, have a hot pass. It costs, crazy amount of money to get down there just to have the chance to maybe, say hi or bye or thank you or it's cool to see you or get an autograph. And this deal with NHRA, man, your GA ticket gets you in there, gets you to the ropes. You can go up there, you can beat up Tony for an autograph or bring an old NASCAR, memorabilia to get him signed, all that kind of stuff. Same with us, we're there at the ropes signing, and the guys are wrenching on the cars. So if you're like a gearhead, you want to see these guys tear these things down, and like we do, think about just taking your car to get an oil change, man. It'd probably take you 30, 40 minutes, most of the time to get your oil change and wipers changed and stuff. And these guys tear these cars apart in under 30 minutes. From live TV, we've been up there to run in 30 minutes, and it's just like unbelievable to watch the guys break the motor apart all the way down to the crank, like rolling the main bearings out of them and putting them back in. And sometimes as a driver, I'm looking over there like, man, that thing went apart fast and it went back together even faster. And you're going like, all right, boys, we good? Like we're good, So you drag it up there and you go 300 and you bolt yourself into it and go 300 miles an hour. And it's just incredible. So very adrenaline driven, very intense sport. One of the most extreme sports that I've probably ever been involved with. I mean, I've done everything from driving monster trucks to drag boats to circle track cars to you name it, skydiving, all that kind of stuff. And there is nothing that replaces sitting on, when you're sitting in that thing and it's jumping off the ground and you stand on the pedal and you're covering a football field in under a second. It's just unbelievable.
You've been racing for a long time. You've won a lot as well. How would you compare winning when you first got started compared to winning now?
Yeah, winning when I first got started, it used to be like so crazy because I was so worried about driving the car, right? Like the adrenaline and just the car was so fast and getting your mind to process it and slow down, and get acclimated to the G-force and the speed. We pull close to 6.5 Gs on a run and almost -7 Gs when the parachutes come out. So I look really young for a while and then I look really old when the parachutes come out, and so I'm hoping that old part don't stick too much, but it's just, when I first started, it was more about the car than it was even just going rounds and winning. I mean, my second year in, I had a real opportunity to win a championship, and I run it up. And the next year, I came back and won the championship. And but I was still learning to drive the car. It would always be like, what's this thing going to do? It's like getting on a bull coming out of the gate the first time. You're like, I don't know which way it's going to go or spin or have a cylinder out or which way. And funny cars, you have to be very, very aggressive with. You're in there just really manhandling the wheel down through there, even though it looks like it's going straight with that short wheelbase. You're just really just putting it where it needs to be and being aggressive with it. So as time has gone on and as I've made thousands and thousands of runs, it's gotten to be more about the competition and who's beside of me. I mean, you don't want to make them look stupid, right? Like you just want to leave on them and drill them on the tree, knowing that your guys are putting the best tune-up and the best setup in underneath your race car. And that's what really gets me up now. It used to be the adrenaline of the car, but now it's the adrenaline of just being at the top of my game and being able to focus and have that in the zone feeling of like, hey, I'm going to crush the tree up here, and then the rest of it's up to everybody else. So we were talking earlier off air, like how this sport is such a team sport. It's like there's no real, there's only so much you can control, right? And so you have to focus on that and be the best that you can. But like no different than I tell my guys, that's putting a cylinder head on, you got a right hand and a left hand. You focus on your job. You do that to the best of your ability, and then let these boys around you take care of their job too. And we all do that to the best of our ability. We're going to win races, and we do that. So I've been very blessed to win 52 races so far. I won 4 world championships, run it up a handful of times, and I'd love to sit here and say it's because of me, but it's because of the group of guys that I've been able to surround myself with, and that's no different than in business or in life and anything else. If you're the smartest, talented person in the room, you need to excuse yourself and find a new group to be in. So that's the way we look at it.
We're talking to Matt Hagan. He's going to be racing this weekend in the NHRA Thunder Valley Nationals. So this upcoming weekend, you're 4-time funny car world champ. But take us back before that. How did you go from, okay, I probably want to go fast, I like that type thing, to I'm going to go make a career out of this. I'm going to go as fast as anybody in the world.
Honestly, like a lot of it was right time, right place kind of thing. My family owns a big dealership called Sheeler Motor Mile. We sponsor some stuff over here at Bristol Dragway as well. But, yeah, Dad had a car dealership, and, at the end of the day, I started stealing some cars off of his lot, and bringing them back, and they had transmissions out of them and tires off of them, and he kind of got wind of it, and he was like, what are you doing, kid? So helped me get my first kind of real race car. It was an old Chevy 2 Nova with a 406 with a slapstick in it, and I just bracket raced it and foot braked it. And next thing you knew, we had some local sponsors at the dealership with Pennzoil, and so they were like, okay, let's sit down and chat and talk. And one thing led to another, and next thing you know, I'm out here, selling myself to corporate America, trying to put together, $500,000-$600,000 to go pro mod race, and we also own a racetrack. And next thing you know, this guy that I knew for a while, he sells race fuel. So the B2B business is big in the industry and what we do. If we can put two partners together and figure out how to save money or make money, so much the race car doesn't really matter so much as long as everybody's happy, and everybody's happy when they're making money. So the partner to partner, the B2B stuff is big. And so I learned really early on how to do a lot of the B2B stuff, and then just got into corporate America. And next thing you know, I was selling this guy's race fuel, and he calls me up and he's like, hey, I want you to be in a fuel funny car. And I said, I don't know if I want to go that fast. And he said, well, I'm gonna give you $4 million to do it. And I said, well, I'm gonna figure out how to go that fast, Right. So at 19 years old, I'm running around out here trying to, own my own team and do my own thing. And I qualified in Indy and out-qualified Forrest, Selzy, and Tommy Johnson Jr. So the guy that I was driving for the last 13 years, he came over and he's like, who are you? And I was like, I'm just kind of out here trying to, get going. And he said, well, I got a guy retiring by the name of Gary Selzy. And he says, why don't you sell your hunk of junk and come drive my junk? And I said, well, that sounds pretty good to me, So, flew into Richmond, inked a deal, and ended up driving for him for close to 15 years, I think it is. And then, Tony decided to start a team, and Don was having some health issues and ended up passing a couple years ago. And it just kind of one thing led to another, and signed on over here with Tony. it's we won a championship the second year in with Tony Stewart, and I've won 3 championships with Don Schumacher, and just been very, very blessed to have a great group around me all the time with all the parts and the pieces. So it really comes down to just, when there's something that happens, it's just like there's no excuses to be made other than we'll do better, boss. You know what I mean? Like it's on us because we have all the stuff we need to do what we need to do.
Well, Matt, before we let you go, any thoughts on this upcoming weekend? What do you need to do
to
what fans need to know about?
Oh, man, every ticket's a pit pass. Obviously, it's a kid-friendly atmosphere. Bring your kids out, check that out. And one of those things where, the weather might look spotty here and there, but they try really hard to get it in no matter what. So just because there's a chance of rain, don't feel like that they're, the race is going to be canceled. We'll sit there and watch it rain for a little while. They'll dry the track, and we'll be out there running, real fast, real soon, that kind of stuff. And they do a good job with that. But NHRA is just one of those things where I promise you, if you take the time to come check it out, you won't be disappointed. I've stood at the ropes for so many years, signed autographs, and we have so many new people come out. And I said, come back and just tell me what you think. And everyone to this day, they've always been like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this. This is unbelievable. I was like, where's this been my entire life? So if you have the weekend free, come check it out. I promise you will not be disappointed. It's just a great atmosphere, a great time, and it's money well spent.
BristolDragway.com, ticket information, schedule information, all there. BristolDragway.com. You'll find that online. Matt, your passion is very obvious for the sport that you're a part of. Thanks a lot for stopping by, and good luck this weekend.
Thanks for having us. So we hopefully put this Johnson Horsepower Garage in the winner's circle, and we can all have one of them American Rebel beers at the end of the weekend.
I imagine you win one of those races. You want to celebrate in a big way.
A little bit.
Yeah. Matt, good luck. Thank you again.
Buddy.
Matt Hagan with us. We come back with one segment to go right here on Josh and Swain.
Hey Knoxville, it's your local State Farm agent, Josh Hemphill. When you combine State Farm home and auto insurance, you save an average of $889. Contact the Josh Hemphill team right here in Farragut at 865-675-3999.
Johnson, I've been reading about this geofencing. Know anything about it?
Yeah, boss. We use geofencing through Cumulus Digital to help drive our sales.
How does it work?
We pick precise locations, and whenever a customer enters that location, they see our ads.
That's what I thought.
Cumulus Digital.
Hey guys, Trevor Bain here. When I'm on the racetrack, I always look for ways to go further, faster. And when it comes to banking, I need a checking account that does the same. Rewards Checking from Southeast Bank pays me cash back with every debit card purchase over $10, gets me ACH deposits up to 3 days early, and has no monthly service fees. Taking my wallet the extra mile. Rewards Checking from Southeast Bank. Checking that takes you further. Visit southeastbank.com or visit your nearest branch to open an account today.
Member FDIC, terms and conditions apply.
This is VFL Eric Ainge for my friends at LC Fence. LC Fence serves all of East Tennessee, especially right here in Knox County. They've been dedicated to their employees, this community, and doing business the right way for over 40 years now. They can install chain link, wood privacy, wood picket, aluminum or steel, vinyl, farm fencing, and any style of gate or operator. LCFence.com is your best starting point. When it comes to the liability of your company, the safety of your pets or family, don't trust anybody but LC Fence. LCFence.com.
Don't let popsicles and muddy puddles of summer take over your home. Call Zero Res Carpet and Air Duct Cleaning. Zero Res, they don't use dirt-attracting soap, leaving you a healthy home every time. Take advantage of the summer sale for 15% off all services. That's 15% off carpet, air ducts, area rugs, and more when you mention me, Tyler Ivinson with Sports Animal, to secure this deal, or you can book online, ZeroResKnoxville.com. And ask about Zero Res's commercial cleaning, too. Zero Res, all they leave is clean.
And now, a no-frills ad sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Here it is. You can save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's it. See? Just a good old-fashioned straightforward ad. See if you can save at 1-800-PROGRESSIVE or Progressive.com.
At Ingles, we know the ever-present struggle of, what am I going to make for dinner this week? That's why we started the Ingles Table. It's all waiting for you at ingles-markets.com. Ingles. Low prices. Love the savings.
Summer officially starts this month, and the last thing you want during sweltering heat is a broken air conditioner or HVAC system. That means it's more important than ever to keep you and your family comfortable and safe before extreme Tennessee temperatures arrive. Don't ignore the warning signs that your AC is struggling or nearing the end of its lifespan. And if you need Emergency HVAC repairs, routine preventative maintenance, or want to invest in a new system, then call the trusted HVAC experts at Pipe Wrench Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. This month, get up to a $1,000 discount when you buy and install a new air conditioner or HVAC system. We make it easy with free on-site estimates for replacements and free second opinions on repairs. And if budgets are tight, we offer flexible payment plans including 0% financing with credit approval. Be sure to ask about our 10-plus year warranties that are 2 times longer than industry standards, so you don't spend a cent on unexpected costs in the future. So call Pipe Wrench at 865-264-8090 or book online at pipewrench.com to schedule your appointment today.
Since 1956, Standard Kitchen and Bath has been serving the East Tennessee area with professional kitchen and bath sales and design. Family owned and operated, Larry Finley and his son Scott offer custom and affordable cabinetry lines from quality brands like Soul Design Cabinetry. From remodeling to new construction, the professionals at Standard Kitchen and Bath can help you design any space. Call 694-0068, standardkitchen.com, or stop by the showroom, Kingston Pike, next to Grayson Hyundai. They're not just selling cabinets, but designs and ideas that will transform your kitchen or bath into something you'll love.
The Sports Animal app has a special second stream and a link to our latest videos. Download the Sports Animal app.
From the Budweiser studios of The Sports Animal, we are 99.1 The Sports Animal.
We're back for the final segment of Josh and Swain. Thank you for hanging out with us today. Always enjoy and appreciate the interaction. One takeaway from the show, this would have been from a couple of segments ago, or any segment, I would say. The takeaway here is Swain is a journalist, and he brings facts. Thank you for that.
That's what happens.
Yep.
When you go to the University of Tennessee.
Mm-hmm. You and I both went there.
That's right. It is called Journalist U, right?
I would argue that. I have tried to label Tennessee Analyst U across multiple sports. Tennessee is well represented with fine analysts of those respective sports, you included.
Do you feel some type of way that I was just called a journalist when you actually went to the school and got a degree in journalism? And
I do have a framed degree at my home from the School of Journalism.
Well, I do not.
School communication with a degree in journalism and electronic media.
I have a degree that says football. No, I'm just kidding. It does not say that.
So, when do you transition from new media to old media? Has that occurred and you're not willing to admit it, or when does this happen?
I guess when there's like a new wave of newer media.
Okay.
Then I transition from new to old.
Because, now we're in a day and age.
Transfer to fossil.
Current athletes hosting their own podcasts, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when you were an active athlete on organized teams, we didn't have the technology for that type of.
It's probably a good thing.
Yeah, maybe. I would have liked a podcast of the 03 to 06 teams.
Yeah, we had some characters on our team that the last thing our SID, Bud Ford.
Can you imagine Bud back in the 2000s trying to bring you guys in,
dude,
with your podcasts?
I can picture Bud Ford sitting down Corey Larkins and talking to Corey Larkins about his podcast and all the crazy stuff that he said. Like, again, it's a good thing that we didn't have that technology then.
Got it now, though.
Definitely have it now.
Got it now. Corey texted in from prior conversation referencing the Strava app. He likes to do it when he mows the yard. Looks like a 2-year-old coloring book, just back and forth lines, because it'll map out your run. So, or whatever your activity is, walk, run, whatever. So you're mowing, you're just filling out those lines like a coloring book.
Oh,
I like it.
Let me download this.
And then Otis gave a shout-out to Ethan Coffey. Ethan's incredible. He is an ultra runner and has done 100-milers and I believe is co-owner of the Long Run down there on Sutherland. So,
100 milers. What do you mean?
So if you start at 0 and you go to 100.
In one day?
I think it can take a little longer than that. But, yeah. Maybe you and I do kind of like a tag team race. You can do those as well.
Josh, you know how tired people are when they drive from here to Chattanooga?
Right.
It's roughly 100 miles.
Yeah, so instead of driving that, run that. So, yes, I ran 40 miles yesterday, and I was really proud of the accomplishment, even more so the work that we were able to do for Second Harvest. But you will never hear me try to put myself in the category of Ethan, who is incredible, or his competitors. Because they are at a different level that I respect at a very high level.
Strava, run, bike, hike. I don't see walk on here.
I think you can do that too.
Is walk another word for hike? Is that like a fancy way of saying walking, hiking?
Yeah,
all right, Josh. Tell you, man, you just started something, man. I'm about to try to be like Josh Ward.
There you go.
Yeah. I don't know about 40 miles in one day, but like.
Yep, you can follow me on Strava now. I'm on there if you are.
I thought it was Josh and Swain on Strava, not just Josh Ward.
Well,
that's what you said earlier in the show.
I'll say this: Josh and Swain can be on Strava. How about that? I figured I'd do my best to represent us.
All right, you did that.
Yeah. So what did we do? We did 47 to 50 miles.
No, we did 48 and a half.
Okay, look at us.
48 and a half together. I let us down, try to get us to 50, but
Dustin asked, have you heard the story of the group of runners running continuously across the U.S.? Yeah. I don't know if there's more than one, but that was actually featured in our Attaboy segment as one of the runners came through Knoxville.
That's right.
Last couple weeks, I believe.
Yeah.
But, yeah, stories like that are just remarkable. You'll come across them running, biking, many different types. But often it's with a great purpose, which is what it's about, too.
It's always what it's about.
One other thing that I think caught some people off guard yesterday was that I had no headphones. I think Ron Slade was caught off guard by that one. So it was just me and my thoughts. And I had several people come out and run with me, which was awesome.
Yeah, y'all, like you would go one way and I was going the opposite direction. And like y'all was like talking, having a conversation. And I was like, man, I would be huffing and puffing too much to be like having a conversation. So, yeah, you had a couple guys come out with you at the start.
Yeah.
And I figured they had some better things to do, like go to work and stuff, so they won't get fired.
Well, they left, went to work, came back. Second Harvest had some folks that came out.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yep. So they were awesome to come out. My wife came out. She did a few miles with me.
Yeah, it was a date. It was cool. It was a run date. So she came out, offered some support, and got a little workout in as well. Like, it was cool to see everybody, have your back in whatever way that was comfortable for them, whether it was to come out and run, whether it's to help set up, like Chandler was out early in the morning.
Chandler Emerson was out there when we were coming back halfway through our first loop. He had already set up a cooler and ice water, which I cannot overstate the importance of that.
He hooked you up
as the day went along.
Yeah, he hooked you up.
So I could carry over into the next hour with my list of thanks and gratitude that I felt yesterday. We're running out of time, but I could keep on going and going. So a big thank you to everybody that helped make yesterday happen. It was a big day of success. We passed the 20,000 mark at the virtual food drive, which was so cool. Yeah, I think we were at like 5,500 yesterday. So we've added another $15,000 that has gone to Second Harvest Food Bank in the last 24 to 36 hours. That's remarkable.
That's viral in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
When good things are done and it's shared with others and the momentum just picks up and it just can't be stopped, this is viral in a good way.
Yep, for sure. So a lot of people stepped up to help a lot of people here in East Tennessee. Yesterday was a great day, and it's great to see that has continued. We appreciate you hanging out with us today. Joel Silverberg producing. Thank you so much, and we'll be back tomorrow at 12 o'clock. It'll be a Friday ahead of the Super Regional for Tennessee at Arkansas. We'll get you ready for that. Everything coming up this weekend. We'll be out and about with the big ticket. So thanks for hanging out with us today. We'll look forward to seeing you and talking to you tomorrow at noon here on Josh and Swain.
Hey, Knox.